finals for the boys 4A and the girls all conference. They're doing the face-offs right now. They're just finished up with the girls one, and we're going to go ahead and see if we can turn off the mics so you guys can hear the remainder of the face-offs here. They're doing right now the 2A face-offs. Once again, as a reminder, we do have 4 of the girl wrestlers into the face-offs, and we have 4 of our boys wrestlers into the face-offs, or into the finals. So it's going to be some great action here. We're going to try and catch some of the other matches because we do have some other teams that are closer to it, that are close to us, and we're also going to announce some of these elite wrestlers that are going to be going for 4-time state championships. So we're going to go ahead and just let them finish up with the announcements for the 2A face-offs. And hopefully you guys can hear this. They're going to go on to the 3A and then the 4A face-offs. So we're just going to let you guys listen to those face-offs briefly with the announcer, and then we'll be right back on the air for you.
138 pounds from Shoshone, Wiley Filio. And from Moorcroft, Trenton Sheehan. At 144 pounds, from Thermopolis, Will Ward versus 2-time state champ from Lingle, Fort Laramie Southeast, Caleb Rockwell. At 150 pounds, from Mid-Piney, David Farrington versus Lingle, Fort Laramie Southeast, Loudon Bremer. At 157 pounds, from Kimberley, Gabe Emery. Taking on Thermopolis' Samuel Skelton. At 165 pounds, from Kimberley, Grayson Kelly. Versus Thermopolis' Brody Sorensen. To 175 pounds, from Grayville Riverside, Ty Stroshine. Versus Kimmer's Braxton Pope. At 190 pounds, from DuBois, 2-time state champ, Wyatt Tremblay. Versus Moorcross, Wyatt Allred. At 215 pounds, from Kemper, Owen Barden. Taking on Lovell's Rosendo Garcia. And at 285 pounds, from Lovell, James Love. Versus 2-time state champ from Hewlett, Christian Riley.
And now your 3A face-offs. In 3A, 106 pounds, from Green River, Bentley Johnson. And from Rawlins, Hudson Baker. Your 3A, 113 pounds, returning champion from 2023 at 106, Lucas Todd of Green River. Versus your returning 2022 106-pound champion, Colton Laird, Amanda Valley. 3A 120-pound weight class, your returning 2023 120-pound champion from Pinedale, Ryan Nutt. Taking on from Rollins, Adrian Trujillo. At 126 pounds, returning 2023 113-pound champion from Pinedale, Riley Wilson. Versus your returning 2022 113-pound champion from Cody Trey Smith. And at 132 pounds from Green River, Axel McKinnon. Versus returning 2023 126-pound champion Zachary Coppola from Rollins. At 138 pounds, your returning 2023 132-pound champion from Pinedale, Jake Hammer. Versus Pinedale's Fisher Vance. And next up at 144 pounds from Green River, Nick Weiber takes on Brayton Torsenbo from Rollins. Next up at 150 pounds from Lander Valley, Hunter takes on Three Rivers Maddox Hintz. And at 157 pounds, three-time state champ from 2021 at 106, 2022 at 120, 2023 at 138, and currently going for 157 from Green River, Kale Knisevich. Takes on from Lyman, Sam Gregory. And at 165 from Green River, James Furwalt. Takes on from Pinedale, Garrett Haley. Next up at 175 from Evanston, Brady Roberts. Takes on from Buffalo, Hazen Camino. And coming up at 190 pounds, returning 2023 170-pound champ, Bravo Lyman, Morgan Hatch. Taking on Evanston's Aiden Lickney. And at 215 from Howe, Jimmy Dees. Taking on Riverton's Ryan Watson. And at 285 pounds from Riverton, Zarek Prosser. Taking on Cody's Zach Arden.
State championship matches, class 4A at 106 pounds. From Star Valley, Kimball Perry. From Cheyenne Central, Sam Smith. At 113 pounds from Cheyenne East, Sammy Sanchez. From Thunder Mason, Brecken Henry. 120 pounds from Rock Springs, Santiago Cruz. From Sheridan, Kobe Dunham. And 126 pounds from Rock Springs, Justin Henry. From Rock Springs, Lincoln Young. And 132 pounds from Star Valley, 2023 126-pound state champion, Tell Perry. From Cheyenne Central, Andrew Gonzalez. At 138 pounds from Laramie, Weston Inez. From Rock Springs, three-time state champion, 106 pounds in 2021, 120 pounds in 2022, 132 pounds in 2023. For 4-year-old Brock Fletcher. At 144 pounds from Sheridan, Dylan Goss. Another 3-pound state champion, going for 4 in a row. 221, 113-pound champ. 222, 126-pound champ. And 2023 138-pound champ, Antonio Avila. At 150 pounds from Sheridan, Keegan Rager. From Cheyenne, two-time state champion, 2022 at 132 pounds. 223 at 145 pounds, Liam Fox. 157 pounds from Star Valley, Cooper Burke. From Cheyenne South, Wayne Warburton. At 165 pounds from Natrona County, Bo Russell. And from Sheridan, another 2-time state champ, 2022 at 152 pounds, 2023 at 152 pounds, Dave Steve. 175 pounds from Thunder Mason, Logan Mendoza. And from Sheridan, Nahir Aguirre. 190 pounds from Cheyenne East, Colby Olson. From Thunder Mason, state champion at 2023 at 195 pounds, Cord Catlin. 215 pounds from Rock Springs, Ian Dickinson. And from Natrona County, Noah Sides. And at heavyweight, from Natrona County, Joseph Sanchez. From Cheyenne, Charlie Green.
The WHSSA Student Advisory Council continues to promote sportsmanship throughout the year. Please direct your attention to the video board for a short message from the council.
All right, Star Valley Braves, thank you again for joining us. That wraps up the face-off, and the face-off is just simply when they come out with both teams. It's awesome. All the finalists for the all conferences, and they face off against their opponents. It's a really cool moment here at the state wrestling tournament. So it's awesome to see that. They're playing a little bit of an announcement in the background. So we're going to go ahead and go with that, and then we've got the national anthem coming up here soon. Right off the bat, we will have Kimball Perry facing off against Sam Smith from Central. I think he's going to be one of the first matches up. And thank you to our sponsors for everything, or for sponsoring today. That is Putts Mini Golf out of Etna, as well as Northern Title. Now we're going to go ahead and do the national anthem.
Here we go. Under the direction of Cadet Captain Caitlin Troust, presents our flag. Please welcome J.C. Lou Sitz from Wheatland as she presents the national anthem.
We had the national anthem, and now we're going to get rolling here. We've got Kimball Perry coming up on the boys 4A varsity mat here. It's going to be a great and exciting matches we got coming up for both the boys and the girls. I noticed during the face-offs that both of the Perry boys are going to be facing off against Cheyenne Central kids. So once again, they have some tough competitors coming out. Kemba's looked really good, so let's just see how this match is going to roll out here. We're going to get started right off the bat here.
If you heard the announcer, not only is there majority of these folks returning state champions, but several, 2, 3, and there's a handful going for their 4-time title. So just shows the depth of this tournament this year in 2024.
Yeah, there's some tough competition out here today. But here we go with Kimball's match. They are head-to-head, hand fighting. These little guys really move. It's going to be really hard to keep up with the announcing of them when they get rolling. Looking for an opening. Both of them just fighting for hand control. Separation back to the middle.
Pretty amazing to have 2 Perry brothers in the finals. That doesn't happen often. When it does, it's amazing. A lot of work ethic, a lot of camaraderie there, but not only 2 in the finals, but Tell, of course, going for his 2nd state championship, taking it as a freshman in 2023. Ooh.
Kimball in a slide by, able to elevate the leg and get behind, and he gets 2 points as they slide down out of bounds. So Kimball's up by 2 points, 2-0. Over his opponent from Cheyenne Central. Let me get his last name really quick. It is Sam Smith is who he's competing against. Sam up to his feet. Kimball able to lift and return and headed out to this side of the ring. Kimball able to break him down, get him back into the ring. Smith grabbing Kimball's hand that went over the top. Kimball's got a good tight waist on. Cheyenne trying to roll, and they're going to go out of bounds back to the center.
And our Mortensen twin just took first place in the 100 class, the lighter of the 2. So congratulations.
Pinedale, right?
Yes, Pinedale celebrates roots and has family also in Star Valley. So congratulations, Miss Mortensen.
Winner on the 106-pound mat, Team A,
Kimball over on the boys' mat, has an arm in, got his opponent broken down. These first periods are a little bit longer as we're in the championship bracket, so they are 2 minutes long.
Boy, he's got it good. Wow.
Yeah.
Switched off to a half. I'd hate to be there.
Yes. He's running that arm bar around the head.
He's got
the
him.
other arm trapped.
Predicament points counting.
Looking closely at his shoulders here. We're right in front of him. He's
probably
not going to be able to fight
up
that very long. That's pretty hard.
There's only 10 seconds left. It's either going to go by way of fall or at least at minimum 3-point near fall. And we're only in the first round here. So he is piling on the points.
That is a strong neck.
That is. Hats off to
be able to bridge
him.
for that long, and Kimball torquing him back by rolling into him. All right, so we're going to go into the second period, 5-0 in favor of Kimball Perry. And Kimball's choice, Kimball's going to defer. And Smith of Central is going to choose neutral. So they're going to go from a neutral side again, which makes it
I think that's
pretty darn
okay.
fun.
I think that's okay for Kimball. He proved he could take him down in the first. I'm sure he's not intimidated.
Yeah, a lot of opportunity for both of them for takedowns and points. Like I said, these little guys are so quick that it doesn't take long for a little flurry to turn into 5 points.
And that's exactly where we are. 5-point lead, Kimball Perry against his opponent.
A lot of faking going on here. Oh, Cheyenne in on a fake, in on a deep single leg. Kimball able to fight him off well. He's got him in a front headlock as they go out of bounds. Back to the middle of the mat here.
Ooh.
Quick ankle attempt.
Oh, look at that.
By Cheyenne, and Kimball put him right in a front headlock, head in the hole, went back to the leg, able to get back behind.
That was dynamite speed. You're right, JR, that was just dynamite.
Cheyenne Central, a good roll. Kimball able to stay in with him. Sorry, I'm not trying to talk over the top of you, Blake.
No, you go.
So quick.
You go. That is just amazing. We're at 7-0 in favor of Kimball Perry.
Kimball's got a nice tight waist on, working on the arms, trying to flatten out his opponent. Got him flat on the mat now. Kimball's making him carry every ounce of his weight, all 106 of it. I don't even think Kimball's at 106, but.
Yeah, I think he has to stack it on. They're going to go stalling against Kimball. Now, I'm not exactly sure. It looked like he was definitely, maybe for the parallel riding, but as far as aggressiveness and working the moves, Kimball was the one doing most of the work there.
I agree. So the parallel riding, how often do you have to go out to the side there, Blake?
Well, you got about 5 seconds if you're not working a move. But if you have a bar in or something, or you got to get out to the side. Some refs call it a little sooner, but
So parallel riding is when you have your hips are right over the hips of the other.
And you're not
opponent,
doing
and
anything.
you're not doing
but I would say Kimball was, boy, you don't run out the side till you have a move initiated, or you take the risk of losing a point for the escape. So good wrestling stays behind the pits and behind the hips until a turn or something has worked where they feel like they can safely get out of the side and transition into a move. So that was a little early in my opinion, but hey.
Kimball's got in an armbar. Around the
nice.
Head. Oh, he's got that locked in because he's got the other wrist
We got
as well,
10
so he
seconds.
can't move.
10 seconds, and
He's
that
getting
ref's
near
not
fall
swiping.
points.
He should be. Is he swiping?
I think he's
He
swiping.
should. Yeah, I think he did.
Yeah, he's got his 3 points down already.
Excellent.
So he's got 5 swipes. Kimball settling
Wow.
in, and he's saved by the bell there. So Cheyenne Central is now going to enter into the third period down 10-0 to Kimball Perry.
This is quite a dominating match by Kimball
Yeah.
so far.
Kimball has controlled it for sure.
And yet he has a stalling call against him. That's kind of ironic, isn't it?
All right, down position for Cheyenne Central. Kimball on top, able to break him down again. Kimball working on, he's got that tight waist, man. Kimball does not let that go. A nice roll by Cheyenne, almost had position. Kimball able to fight through it. Kimball still got that tight waist on. Breaking him down to a flat position. Kimball getting in an armbar. And he's reaching up for that other wrist. He's going to go back to that same move that he's already had on him twice for near fall points.
And it looks like he's going to, yeah.
He's got that armbar. He's
It's
driving
time to
around
turn.
the head. There we go.
He's gathered both of them this time.
Man, that kid's neck has got
He's
to be
been
tired.
there before. This time
Kimball's-
he's got a minute and a half, though.
Yeah, he's got a minute and a half to settle that in, and Central is trying to kick over. You know, that's got to be one of the most uncomfortable positions, have your arms pinned underneath you.
He's doing a great job bridging.
Right.
Oh, that right there, it's going to be. I'll
That's
tell you
gonna
what,
hurt.
if we don't get a fall, he'll be within a couple of points of tech fall, as Kimball Perry just showed complete dominance in this finals match.
And Kimball's just rolling back up onto his shoulders, trying to fatigue his shoulders there.
That's
It's,
it.
Yep.
Woo!
Yep, nice. That's a state championship for Kimball Perry at the 106 weight class. Trying to follow in his brother's footsteps. Hopefully we'll see another one from Tell there.
Awesome performance. What a domination. What a match. Near tech pin and turned it into a fall. And the crowd went wild when they knew the shoulders went down, didn't they?
Oh, yeah.
You could hear everybody. Before the ref caught on, he kind of thought, well, geez, I've got a lot of refs here because he is pinned, isn't he? And then he did slap the mat.
Yeah, Central kind of kicked over the top a little bit. You could see the shoulders, tail rolled back into him and saw him settle right down to the mat. And that was a good pin by Kimball there. But he got all of his near fall points and the pin out of the same move.
Yes. So, again, he would have had him nearly teched. I think how many more would he have needed? It would have been
2 more.
2 more, yeah. So, wow. What a performance.
So we're going to kind of highlight some of the other matches going on here. I'll run the 3A mat. I think they just announced they got Lucas Todd, who's a returning state champion from Green River.
And we've got the other gal from Pinedale, sister, one of the twins at 105, going for her state title. And she's going against Cora Remical. And once again, Mortenson's related to the Clarks, others in Star Valley, and it's been fun to see these Pinedale. What a crew they brought, both the girls and the boys. And it's one thing to have a face-off where you have a state champion or 2 or 3 time, but quite another. We had several face-offs where both opponents were state champions the year before. And so that's just incredible. This 2024 has got to be one competitive team. If they put together an all-star team, these guys could compete with anyone across the country.
Well, it's interesting to see how the girls all conferences is growing up to be, in that really some of these girls are facing 4A schools that are 4 or 5 times the size of your school.
Yeah.
And very quickly, I think you're seeing the competition level for the girls teams just increasing. A lot stiffer competition, and it's only going to continue to do so as they continue to grow and create more divisions for the girls.
Yes, there's been some great coaching for the girls, especially Star Valley's had some powerful coaches, both to begin, win all the duels, or all the tournaments, the major tournaments within the neighboring states. They won the Tiger Grizz, they won the Ron Thon, they won the Philly Invite. And so girls wrestling went from an infancy just over a year and a half ago to all of a sudden a force, and it's competitive. I was telling JR a couple weeks ago, from a distance, you can't tell if it's girls wrestling or boys when you get to these finals matches, because the girls' speed and their skill level is just out of this world.
They're getting there. Yeah, it absolutely is. Almost equal to the boys' level, if not there already.
And several of them did wrestle. You know, some of these guys had some foresight. They thought, well, my girl is going to start wrestling when she's 5 against boys. And then lo and behold, Wyoming sanctions an all-girls state tournament. And some of those young gals that have had years of experience, holy cow, they're a force.
Yes.
You know, they can really wrestle, not just with the boys, but here they're in a girls' class and it's taking it by storm. Oh, boy.
Pinedale's got...
I think they gave that to Remical. So Remical takes a takedown over the number 1 seed, number 1 ranked Pinedale girl. One of the first few that's gained a takedown. I think the other one was Sage Smith. Let's see, Sage, that was 100, excuse me. So they're not used to getting points on them, let alone being behind. And she is definitely behind is Cora Remical. And Cora, sad deal there is Cora defeated Carly Angel 1 week ago by 1 point, 2-1. And so it just shows you these 1-point matches at this weight class in particular, they're all separated by a 1-point margin. Kenna Merritt, Carly Angel, 1 point a week ago. Kenna Merritt, Carly Angel this week, 1 point, quadruple overtime.
Yeah.
And so anybody could have been in these finals matches. It's just, you know, whoever got the better night's rest and ate their Wheaties in the morning.
You know, and typically these returning state champions, we're talking about this girl from Pinedale right now that's up wrestling. If their opponent goes first, it almost lights a fire under the returning state champion. And but yet, boy, their opponent taking advantage of the takedown there, and now she's the returning state champion is down 4-1.
Yeah, 4-1 in the second round.
Oh, she's got a headlock in though from bottom.
Yeah, she's
and she's able to flip the hips.
And she got it. She's tired of being behind.
Yep.
This will essentially put her in lead.
Just pin it. That's going to be the hit.
Well, that's the experience talking there. Cora's looking up going, hey, wait a minute. I was ahead in this match.
They called it an illegal move.
Oh, never mind. It wasn't a pin.
No, they didn't call it a pin, and they called it an illegal move.
Oh, my word. This is getting – the stadium is coming down as it ties it in knots.
Did she not have an arm in? Or?
I think is what they said. She must have lost it. From this angle, I couldn't tell.
So really what that does is that ties it up at 5-5.
Well, like he said, it would eliminate the points if the arm was not – obtained when it was initiated. So we'll see.
Right.
I think they're going to have to work that out at the head table with 2 refs. But yeah, if she took that without the arm and initiated the move, she loses those points. Maybe even if she finished. That's a good question. If she finished the hold illegally, does that withdraw the 3 points predicament that she got? Mm-hmm. My guess is they're going to give her the reversal for sure, but then the headlock, I'll bet they're going to scratch those points for the near fall.
It's funny to see some of the managers out here that are videotaping, videoing for their team. They're trying to show the refs, and the refs are like, nope, we can't use that.
Yeah, in college they do have video replay, and it costs you got to throw a cube in the mat.
Yeah.
And then if it doesn't go your way, you lose a point. So it's very carefully used. I'd love to see it in high school, wouldn't you?
I think at times it would be.
Instant
would be good.
replay.
It would be good.
Yeah.
Maybe take a little bit of pressure off of our referees, but in that, it's okay for them. Like, you make an error. The thing is, without the review, if you have an error, then it's not reviewable.
Yep.
So they didn't negate those
nope,
points.
They're going to stick with it. They're going to stick with it. Boy, Cora's going like crazy. Gets a half with them. They're both going like crazy. And once again, it's just, the 105 is stacked. Carly Angel in that weight class, Kenna Merritt in that weight class, returning state champion in that weight class. And then you got Cora Remical and the other girl from Central, 1 point. Wow, they're just so close.
Here we go, third period. Tied up 5-5. It's a new match.
And some folks thought the Green River girl should be here. She's had a great run this year. She did take third. Only loss was actually to Star Valley, to Carly Angel, but she came back and took the consolation championship. But here we have Cora, who I don't know. I guess, it's just anybody's match. But I definitely know that Cora would be the underdog in this one against the returning state champion. And Cora's going to get a reversal, and there's 2 more points. She takes the lead 7-5. Now Mortensen's got to start moving. She's got 1 minute and 40 seconds. It's the third round if she wants to catch that title, and she does get an escape. And she's going for a throw, JR. What do you think? Would you throw in this round? You're down by one.
There's still a lot of time in here. You got 1.5 minutes left. Throwing's a little bit of a desperate.
Little bit, yeah.
Maybe going in on a single or a blast double.
I think she's just not used to being behind, and she's getting a little desperate. But it worked. It worked. She'll move to ahead.
Takedown, and she's getting back point. She might get a fall out of this.
Yep. It's looking pretty tight.
That's pretty deep. She's lifting the head. There we go.
What a match. And she's holding up number one.
That was a fight, man.
That was. Now, great job, Miss
Both the
Mortensen.
Pinedale sisters won.
They did. You know, it wouldn't be quite the celebration to have to console your sister after you won and she did it. So,
having been a twin, I know exactly how that goes.
Okay, yeah. So, boy, a lot of tears there. Hugs Coach Snell and their other coaches and assistants. A lot of celebrations. Great job, young lady.
And I think, you know, those two wins are obviously going to move the girls Pinedale up in that bracket. I wouldn't be surprised to see Pinedale up in the second place position here soon.
Yeah, that should definitely put them out there at least. I don't think they're ahead of Star Valley, even though we haven't had a girl in the finals match yet, but that's going to put them way ahead. They were in 6th place, as you recall. Pinedale was. And we're pretty certain they're now going to be in 2nd place, because between 2nd and 6th place was a margin of less than, 8 points, 6 points or so?
Yeah, not much. And once again, that speaks to the caliber of the girls of the improvement that we've seen. You know, to have 6 teams, 5 teams within 6-7 points of each other at a state competition, that's
incredible.
That's awesome.
Now we're at, is this Dane still going on over here, or is that a new match?
Where at?
On the far end there. He was a 2-timer. Dane did? Oh.
Brody Allen beat him.
Oh, well.
Brody Allen beat Dane Still. Wow. Dane Still actually came down a weight class.
Dane Humes.
So, okay. I was going to say, I think Dane Still's a little bit higher weight class.
Dane Humes was also a 2-time state champion and just dropped it. So, yeah. As JR was saying, we have it doesn't matter if you're a returning state champ, a 2-timer, even 3-timers. It's anyone's race. There is some competitive, really close wrestling going on.
Oh, it just makes the target bigger. You know, every year that you're a state champion, you add another state championship onto that, and it just makes the target bigger and bigger and bigger. And you got guys coming after you. Dane Steele, I know that was after some specific wrestlers, and he actually went down to try and get into maybe a little bit more, not necessarily tougher competition, but he had his eye on someone.
Oh, wow.
So, and it's crazy how the weights shift just the week before regionals.
It did.
They go up and down.
This Cora, for example, just was in the finals. She was 110 up until regionals, and she was competitive there. She dropped down. She dropped down to 105, and must have worked for it. She's in the finals, but she had an upset at regionals and 1 point away from a Star Valley wrestler, that being Carly Angel, and so she knew it was competitive either way you go to. It's going to be hard.
Mm-hmm. No, and both the Burks went down the week of regionals. Damien, my son Damien was wrestling at 195, and he dropped down to 175.
Oh, wow.
We had a lot of wrestlers just moving around, and
well, they get that allowance, that poundage of allowance.
Yeah.
Whereas during the season, if they have to cut 5-6, that's no fun.
Right, but the scratch plus 2 makes it a little bit easier.
And then each day plus another. So third day, I think they had, plus 5 pounds the third day?
Something like that, yeah.
So, well, maybe it was 4. It might have been 4. 2, 3, and 4, yeah. So
right now we have a little bit of a lull. And the way they work this tournament here is they let every weight class wrestle through so they can announce, and they just kind of giving the kids their due justice as they win their matches before they start into the next one. They just don't want one division to finish way ahead of the other one, and thus put all the focus on one group rather than the other. So it is really cool, the attention that they provide to each one of these matches.
Finalists 6th through 1st place.
And they also award 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th in between each of the weights. We didn't do that the very first round because, of course, we had to wrestle through at least 2 to establish the champions and give them a breath, to go and line up. So they should be announcing those 106 and 100-pounders right away here. And we'll have At 100 for the girls, we had Sage Smith put on a great show, very athletic. You know, Sage is just one of those, well, she's one of the only few that also got a takedown on the Mortensen twin, the returning state champion who's also undefeated. She actually won a round, 2-0. But she has had some medical issues for whatever reason. I haven't got the whole rundown, but after her matches, she essentially just passes out. And she did
have it twice now.
Oh, I think 3 times.
Has it?
Yeah.
Oof,
As well as because it happened here at state. So state finals, she was wrestling in the quarterfinals, I believe, and she had one of those passing out episodes. And I think that's when they determined, let's throw in the towel, let her get her breath back, you know, spend some time finding out what's going on, and we hope to see her back next year. So at 100 pounds, we won't see a girl wrestler there. At 105, we're going to see 2 of them. And also at 106, we'll see our champion, Tel Perry. So almost done with that last match. They're in the 3rd round, 27 seconds, and then they'll recognize these champions, including one of our own, 3 of our own, for the 100, 106, and the 105-pound boys and girls.
Your winner at 113 pounds.
All right, looks like the final match for.
I'm going to take my phones off. Will they announce 1 through 6? I'm hoping they will, not just in the corners. But I'll take my phones off, see if it'll catch the noise so you all can hear.
We're ready for the awards at 100 pounds girls division. Presenting the awards tonight, WHSAA board members Mike Lashley, Robert Erickson, Bo Garcia, Barry Hunter, and Barry Ward. Joining them, State Farm agent from Star Valley, Randy Thompson. Here are the finalists at 100 pounds girls division in 6th place from Chinese Bree Padilla. Finishing in 5th place from New Orleans, Certainty Quintana. 4th place from Shine South, Trinity Warner. 3rd place goes to Kimberly Riley Mayer. Runner-up in the division from Upton, Caden Seminaire. And the winner, 100 pounds, 2nd time from Glendale, Mackenzie Martinson. And boys 2A at 106 pounds in 6th place from Thermopolis, Dylan Myers. In 5th place from Lovell, Dino Del Cruz. In 4th place from Kemper, Abel Jimenez. In 3rd place from Shoshone, Branson Thompson. In 2nd place from DuBois, Sammy Cyrus. And your 1st place state champion at 106 pounds from Big Piney, Caleb Brown.
And your 3A 106-pound results in 6th place from Mountain View, Garrett Redden. In 5th place from Orland, Kate Garcia. In 4th place from Hal, Wyatt Nicholson. In 3rd place from Green River, Tavin Vendetti. In 2nd place from Green River, Bentley Johnson. And your champion from Rollins, Hudson Baker.
Your 4A 106-pound medal winners in 6th place from Cheyenne East, Shaden Kastner. 5th place from Cheyenne East, Trace Eldridge. 4th place from Sheridan, Ian Horizon. 3rd place from Thunder Mason, Ryland McCormick. 2nd place from Cheyenne Central, Sam Smith. And your 4A boys 106-pound state champion, a freshman from Star Valley, Kimball Perry.
So there you have it. Hopefully you were able to hear that. That was the Kimball Perry being announced as the 4A state champion as a freshman. We're going to now move on to the 120-pound bouts. We do not have a Star Valley wrestler in either the girls or the boys bout for the 120. I'm sorry, it's going to be 120 for the boys and 110 for the girls.
120 pounds
Thermopolis' Cannon Boren versus two-time state champ from Lingle, Fort Laramie Southeast, Nathan Fish.
And our Korean at 120 pounds, returning 120-pound champion from 2023, Pinedale's Ryan Nutt. And taking on from Rollins, Adrian Trujillo.
And on the 4A 120-pound championship match from Rock Springs, a sophomore, Santiago Cruz. From Sheridan, a senior, Cody Dunham.
At this time, we need all boys 115 pound and girls 105 pounds 6 through first place wrestlers to the stage to receive their medals.
Clean.
Let's go, Cody!
Maybe a couple times. I think Cody did.
Stand down!
He should have won.
Keep moving! Stand up! Keep moving! Oh! Control that elbow! Go! Come on, Cody!
From Phil.
Go, Cody!
Yeah, I figured that was going to happen.
Caution! Nice! Get it done! Get it done! Keep moving! Keep moving! Keep moving! Yeah! Get it done, buddy! Get it done! Good job, buddy!
A senior.
What's that? There's Darren Grooms right there. No, I think it's an but he's not.
just announced a couple of he was 3-time state champion and also a 2-time state champion. The 2-timer was Ryan Nutt of Pinedale. The 3-timer on the 2A mat, did you catch the name on that?
I did not.
So, yeah, wow. 3-time winner and a 2-time winner, finishing their matches within 5 seconds of each other.
And to give you guys an idea for the listeners out there of how rare it is to have a 4-timer, Star Valley has a wonderful, wonderful history of wrestling and has never had a 4-time wrestler.
Isn't that incredible?
We've had 3-timers, a handful of 3-timers, but we have not had a 4-time state champion.
Well, that was kind of odd. We were waiting on the girls' match. Usually the girls, you know, they find a lot of pins and they move through them, but all out of the 4 matches, there was only 1 remaining, and that was the girls' match, and everyone was kind of focused on them.
Boy, down here on the 4A mat, we've got Fletcher facing off against one of his teammates.
Oh, we do. I forgot about that.
I would not want to be in that position.
I'll tell you, it shows a good varsity.
Yeah,
soon to be
sure.
4-timer possibly, and then your JV is going to be tough. And how tough is he? Tough enough that his JV worked his way into the finals.
Yes. You know, and how often do we find that you know, you practice with the best and you become the best.
Yeah.
Right? And so
and you know, when
Fletcher is amazing.
Fletcher is, with that injury, and having said that though, when they practice with each other day in, day out, you know, basically 5 days a week, sometimes those JVs learn a few tricks. Okay, folks, while Fletcher's battling out with his JV, we're going to turn our attention to Star Valley match on mat 1. We have Paisley Smith, and she's going for her state championship title for the 2nd year in a row. Now, she was in the finals last year. She took 2nd. She took 3rd because she defeated my own daughter for 3rd and 4th. So Paisley was in the consolation championships a year ago. Now, as a sophomore, is going for her first state title at 115 pounds. Her opponent is undefeated Lily Quintilla. Lily Quintilla from Thermopolis with a record of 33-0. Paisley Smith had Lily on her back a week ago at regionals, so there's been some times where Lily's found herself in a little bit of trouble against our Star Valley gal.
Yep, we've got to find an opportunity, find a shot there. So they're announcing the medals for the 106, for the 113 boys and the 105 girls.
In 4th place from Howe, Chevy Hill.
And we missed an announcement. Star Valley just had 2 medalists recognized at 105, Kenna Merritt and Carly Angel. Carly taking home the iron as well as Kenna Merritt, so we apologize we missed them on the stand. Hopefully my wife got some pictures there, but that was that real deep weight class that we were just talking about that finished up. So very deep weight, and we had 2 Star Valley wrestlers on the girls' side placed in that.
4th place from Campbell County, Taze Lay. 3rd place from Rock Springs, Dane Arnoldi. 2nd place from Cheyenne East, Jamie Sanchez.
Star Valley did not have any placers in the 113 bracket for the boys.
From Thunder Basin High School, Brecken Henry.
You know, if we get those 105 girls, I wish it was still kosher, and the 106 champions together, you know, they might drill each other a little bit, give each other some pointers, you know,
right?
Cross the boundary. But I think nowadays we're pretty much separated, and I like it that way, and it should be that way. All right, here we go. The time is about to start. Paisley Smith going for her state championship match. Hand control, both wrestlers doing a great job. Quintilla's doing some fakes. Paisley staying right in there with her. Returning the favors with hands, hard collar ties, some good clubs. We've used up 20 seconds in the first round, 0-0. Quintilla takes a shot. Paisley's sprawling hard. She's trying to flip her, and she's got a head. She probably needs to desert that head and go belly out. She gets caught on her back. Quintilla gets a takedown, looking also for a near fall. Paisley's right on the out of bounds. If she can use that real estate to her advantage, it's going to be really tough, though, because she's faced the wrong direction.
Yeah, she got that in really deep, unfortunately.
She is. We got 1:15 to go as Paisley finds herself on her back this first round. Quintilla's readjusting. Paisley can thread that arm through, and she almost did, but Quintilla,
nice
and look at
jab.
that. Completely rolled through. What a fight from Paisley.
Yes, that's a great fight.
I believe they're even give her a point for escape, aren't they not?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Just had I tell you what, if they awarded that other match escape, that one we got to keep it at least consistent. But we're back on bottom. Paisley Smith down 5-0 first round. Her opponent Quintilla never lost a match. Quintilla gets an arm back behind. She's going for the Zunigan. She's going to turn her again. Paisley, she fought off once. She can do it again. We're left with about 40 seconds. Oh! And Paisley does give that one up by fall to Quintilla from Thermopolis to take second place at the 2024 state finals 115 weight class. Congratulations, Paisley Smith, for a second place runner-up finish.
Great finish this year, great tournament. And she's all smiles about it. She knows that her opponent's a great opponent, and what great sportsmanship from both sides.
Very much so. Sometimes when they pass by each other after shaking opposing hands, they act like one's invisible. Every now and again, a wrestler will turn like, I just saw you for 6 minutes. I don't want to see you for 10 more seconds. So,
do see a lot of hugs on the way back from the girls, though.
Yeah, the girls seem to be a little forgiving most of the time.
Over here on the boys' mat, Fletcher pinned his teammate.
Did he? First round?
Yeah, first round. End of the first round, but yes, first round.
Well, congratulations, Brock Fletcher. Now, I think, did the crowd stand up for that, or are they going to do it when they recognize him?
I think they'll do it when they recognize him.
Okay. Now, I believe that's Ronnie Profit on the far mat. He's another one of our three-time state champions. Or is he two going for three? Two going for three?
Two going for three, yeah.
Okay.
I think he's a junior.
Okay, so he still has a couple of years. Of course, you know the Profit name. If you know Roney, you know his older brother Donnie, who was a four-time state champion, also out of Kemmer. They live close to the Diamondville area. In fact, they wrestled for the Diamondville Wrestling. Their dad was roommates with my oldest brother in college, and just great scrapping family. And I'll tell you what, not a lot of four-timers, as JR was saying, is very rare. And we have one member of the family that's taken it once, and Roney looking for a kind of following his older brother's footsteps. And it does look like he's in lead 12-0, and now it'll be a tech fall. So if he doesn't pin, this will be 15-0, as Roney Profit will take his third state title. And there we go.
Like a honeymooner.
I'm going to let the announcer announce this. See if the announcer picks it up. Where's our announcer?
That's three. Yep, he's holding up three fingers, so he's got three.
Your winner on the 2A match, three-time state champ, Roney Profit.
Well, congratulations to the Profit family.
It's just a reminder, all the matches for this state wrestling tournament are being broadcast live.
They're the sons of Clint Profit. And wife slips my name right now, but great wrestling family. Congratulations.
You know, we see Donnie from time to time. He's over on he's on the rodeo circuit.
Yeah.
Is he a bull rider or a bronc
Bareback, he can do it all, but one of the few athletes that went on a double scholarship, wrestling at UW and also rodeo. He ended up turning his attention to rodeo and found that his competitive strip. So I believe he was on the scholarship, but then transitioned all of his energy into rodeo, because that's kind of tough to work on two different sports. As most of the time, those athletes at a college level have to be at it about all 365 a year.
Well, not to mention probably two of the most strenuously physical sports out there, in the rodeo and the wrestling. That's
doubling your chance for injury.
Oh yes,
doubling your chance. For, and that ends it not just in one but both sports. So he's been turned into the rodeo, and I think he's got his ticket for the PRCA as well. I'll have to verify that, but I believe he's been doing the pro rodeo as well.
We're waiting for the 3A match to finish up with the 126 bouts.
And who is that? Looks like Pinedale again. And now that's not Dustin Pinedale. Larson, is it?
I don't know who it is for Pinedale, but he's wrestling off against Cody.
Okay. I don't think it would be. We'll have to look that up real quick.
Looks like we've got Wiley Wilson from Pinedale against Trey Smith of Cody. Both with very similar records. Looks like we've got Wiley Wilson with 37-3 and Trey Smith of 32-3.
Now, I believe they announced this is the Wiley as also going for his second or third title. So he's not new on this stage. But they look pretty well matched. We're at 1-0, right?
Yep, 1-0. Looks like Cody's leading this one currently.
You know, it's kind of confusing. I keep looking over thinking, well, they're in our area, and and they have been in the past. And with the girls, you know, we've got so many competitive girls that are from Pinedale. You'd think, okay, the boys are also in our division, the 4A, but the girls, because it's an all classification, there's no division. So you can be Cheyenne East, you can be Central, you can be any of those places, clear down to the tiniest, you know, not Tongue River, what's the name? Well, yeah, or the Indians. You're all one
Wyoming
classification.
Indian, yeah.
Yep. So. But
is
these guys are divided. And Cody was with us for years and years and years as well. So, you know, Star Valley's fluctuated. We went to 4A, then back down to 3A.
And now we're 4A and everything except for football. And I wouldn't be surprised to see that change sometime soon. But, yeah, Star Valley's been – we're right in the middle. We're by far the largest 3A school, but we're by far the smallest 4A school. So it makes for some interesting lineups to make sure that you know, everybody's competing appropriately on the state level.
Looks like you've got a wrestler coming up right next to you. We're already there, huh? The 132?
We are at the 132, so we got Tell Perry coming up here. Tell Perry, state champion at 126 as a freshman, coming up to go for his 132 state championship as a sophomore. I've been talking all day today about these wrestlers from Cheyenne Central that were kind of a surprise, but man, they're just tough wrestlers. They brought some real talent this year. They're not on the team scoreboards. They probably don't have a very big team, but man, they brought some real scrappers to go in this deep into the tournament.
Yeah, who they brought is tough. Tell Perry almost wow, a little bit of throwing on that other side. And
yeah, the other match has turned into a good one. Oh, Cody comes away with a point in overtime to win
oh,
that.
Boy.
In
wow.
overtime. So
that was a lot of energy in overtime, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I guess I just realized that, yeah, that was first score that wins. Trey Smith takes the title.
These are the medalists, girls division, 110 pounds. In sixth place from Cheyenne Central, Abigail Roman. In fifth place from AEM, Lena McNeese.
So we're going to go out to the announcements for the medal rounds for the girls and boys for that last weight class here. Here we go.
From Powell's, Allison LeBlanc. Runner-up from Wind River, Kelly Hornhoft. And the champion from Warcroft at 110 pounds, Rebecca Anderson.
In 2A medals at 120 pounds, in sixth place from Warcroft, Cade Haynes. In fifth place from Shoshone, Ethan Tarango. In fourth place from Upton, Landon Norman. Third place finisher from Big Piney, Jackie Better. In second place from Thermopolis, Cannon Boren. And your Wyoming State champ in first place from Lingo Fort Laramie Southeast, Nathan Fish.
And the results in the 3A 120-pound weight class: in sixth place from Evanston, Keith Shelton. In fifth place from Cody, William Wood. Fourth place from Green River, Caleb Gunter. Third place from Cody, Ty Peterson. Second place from Rollins, Adrian Trujillo. And now a two-time state champion from Pinedale, your champion at 120 pounds, 3A, Ryan Nutt.
4A medal winners at 120 pounds in sixth place from Thunder Basin High School, Island Wold. Fifth place from Laramie, Liam Nair. Fourth place from Kelly Walsh, Dylan Sorensen. Third place from Cheyenne East, Benjamin Whitwright. Second place from Rock Springs, Santiago Cruz. And your 120-pound state champion, the senior from Sheridan High School, Cody Dunham.
All right, we are on for the finals, 132 pounds. And we've got one of our own, Star Valley Tell Perry.
Here we go. Tell, they started off the period now. Tell in on a shot. Got double under, is going to force him out of bounds. Back to the center here.
Braden Terry.
Tell looks calm and collected here.
It's got to be nice seeing your little brother just come off a state title, knowing you're coming up. Then
Waiting
again,
on the side of the mat, waiting for that hug.
of course, that could be some nerves. Look at that nice shot in there to corner single.
Single, yep.
He's got his elbow wrapped around the calf. I hope they don't stall that or call that. They're probably going to.
Tell's trying to get up to his feet.
He shelves it.
Cheyenne rolls underneath.
Does that nice funk roll. Power half. Put it in, buddy.
Tell to go back around the other side.
He's comfortable in that front position.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes you catch that front hand. That's
Tell
smart.
out of the leg now.
Right
He's
for the
got-
thigh and start boot scooting. And he does.
And
He's
he does,
scooting.
perfect.
No
now he's
points.
got to break that hold on his legs, which he does.
Oh,
And he got an armbar in.
he's got it.
And back
Nice.
around for Tell. So we get 2-point score there for Tell.
Wow, long
Like,
scramble.
He doesn't panic. He just
You know he does.
wrestles with it.
Right when I was saying maybe it's worse on the nerves to see your brother go a couple matches before, but he showed that he's no stranger to this stage and nerves don't get to him, because that was classic wrestling. That was senior level wrestling, not a sophomore wrestling. We could even say college wrestling, so phenomenal job. See that takedown? Just textbook perfect return.
Tell on the mat. He's got his opponent down to the mat there. He's digging out. Looks like he's trying to get a wrist underneath.
The bottom guy not doing much. There, it's going to cost him.
He's no head up or anything.
Head
So
down, arms pinched together, and he'll be lucky if he doesn't get a stall call.
should
But
be a stall call in there. Where they
you can't blame him. What do you do when you're against Tell Perry on top of you?
Right. Tell's got an armbar in. He's going to roll it over, but he's running out of time.
Well, he did get it though. It was he crossed the threshold, just didn't get a swipe. Red defers. Tell looks at Dad and says, "I trust you."
It's like, perfect. I'll go up.
Looks like he's on the bottom. But yeah,
Oh,
Dad.
he's going to go up? Or sorry, he's going down.
Yeah, he's on the bottom. His choice.
We need all 6 to first place finishers.
Nice.
Tell able to reach back, almost able to get his hand underneath for a switch, but his opponent from Central able to control that well. Tell back to a base position.
That was great action off the whistle, though. Almost had that switch. Oh, we've got
Trying to
another
get a
leg rider.
Tell squeezes his legs together nice and tight. Make
He
sure
did.
He's not going to get that in there. Tell able to
over
leverage
the top. Nice.
Yep, and a good reversal in there. So Tell's now leading 4-0.
That was perfect. Got him high on that leg. And he knew he was going to put legs in, didn't he?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know whether that was studying video or just understood, but he closes, got him high, bucked him off, went out the back door, secured a 2-point reversal.
So Gonzalez is the opponent from Cheyenne Central, and Gonzalez on bottom now. Tell working the crossface.
He's a tough rider, too. Look at that
he
head
is.
pressure, chest. He's making him carry all of his weight, including his chin. He's got a wrist
Tell's
roll.
He's got both wrists now.
Oh, he's got one.
He's got an armbar
Yep.
now.
Yep.
He's got an armbar and a wrist. He's going to step around the head here shortly.
Got to be careful of that out of bounds. I think he's well aware of that. He's slowing it down, making sure it's sunk in deep. And he starts to run, but he does not want to cross that white line. He doesn't.
He does.
He does, but his opponent's still in. And we're going. Oh, I'm not sure if they're going to count.
I don't know why.
I would.
Why
Oh,
did
he
they
did.
stop that?
Okay, got 2-point predicament. And coach is going to say, you know what?
He's still in.
I think what their argument is his legs came off the ground. If the legs of the opponent come off the mat, even though the opponent initiating the move is completely off the mat, but the one getting pinned is still on the mat, if your both legs come in the air, I believe a lot of refs have said, oh, nope, that's it. And they did come in the air.
Gotcha.
So there was no point of contact towards the inside the circle. So
Still puts the score at 6-0 in favor of Tell. Tell's once again working for hand control underneath. Opponent's not lifting his head up off the mat, not giving Tell very much.
they're giving him some grace. A lot of leniency on that. But as we said before, as soon as he does open up, Tell seems to dive right in there and get after
those wrists. And so he's got both wrists right now, trying to roll his opponent's weight up to his shoulders there. Driving forward. Tell's going to come out and dig out that arm bar. Going to go back in.
Blankets that leg, keeps that for protection, but dang near had the hammerlock position on, didn't he? Just about had the arm behind the back.
All right, that's going to end our first period, so we're going to go into the second period. Oh,
third.
That's going to end the second period. We're going into the third now. Tell up 6-0 over Gonzalez from Central.
Boy, that pin was so close. The new rules allow that. You can be out of bounds and get pinned.
Central in on a shot on the legs. Tell able to stuff it well. He's got a front headlock on.
He does. He's chasing that leg.
Get that leg and get that head in the hole.
He's strong here. He's got a short draw. Makes it tough to elephant trunk out of that. Oh, wow. Nice takedown. Spin behind.
Great fundamental wrestling there. Tell able to flatten out his opponent. Once again, going in for wrist control. Got that wrist, trying to roll the weight over the top of that wrist. Now digging out the bar, and Central up to a base.
He's so strong there. That wrist roll. Look at him just keep driving. We're at 8-0 in the third round with 1:10 left. Tell Perry winning 8-0.
Central up to like a tripod. And Tell still controlling the match here.
Right on the edge.
Got an arm. Now he's going to return him back.
So we got to be careful there. Opponent had nothing to lose. He can throw about anything and try to get an escape.
Because they would,
lose contact. You're out of bounds, and they'll just give you the one. But Tell did a fantastic job keeping him back, keeping him on the mat.
Come back to center now. We've got 56 seconds left in the third period. Tell up 8-0 over his opponent Gonzalez from Cheyenne Central. This is in the 132 weight class. Tell going for a second state championship as a sophomore.
He's got the armbar in.
Yes, he does.
His opponent's bellied out, face on the mat, and Tell, I think he's got the wrist.
Oh, he lost the wrist.
Changes to a half, though, and he rolls it.
Yep.
On his back. He doesn't even have the other arm, doesn't need it, sits out, turns to a reverse half.
Yep.
And we're going to find this a tough one to get out of.
That in. Oh, Cheyenne Central, a good job of rolling that through.
He did. I'm not so sure if Tell says I want to readjust anyway. That takes the lead to 11-0 with 19 seconds left.
Boy, and Tell has been on top the entire match.
And we haven't got a stall call against the opponent.
Right, granted, his head had been on the mat almost the whole period. The whole match, really.
Boy, we're going down. Final 5 seconds.
And Tell's going to do it. He's going to repeat as a state champion.
Great job, Tell Perry, your 2024 repeat two-timer state champion.
It's an awesome feat for Tell. That's 2 for 2 on the Star Valley Wrestlers for the state champion.
Perry's have just dominated the entire. I mean, look at the score on that. That would have been what, 14-0.
Scary thing, they got another one coming up. Dixon's going to be coming up here, too.
He just about launches his dad, gets his dad off the ground. No sense hurting your back yet, right? I think that adrenaline's helping him out there as Coach Perry and Tell Perry embrace each other. What a celebration. What a great time to be a Star Valley wrestler, especially a member of the Perry family. Congratulations.
Yep, that's great.
Phenomenal finish. Now it's Patterson's turn. He says, don't throw me, okay? Wow. And Kimball right there at his side. We got Kimball and Tell. Dad says, let's get a drink, would you?
You know, Casey doesn't smile very often, but he's smiling right now.
Yeah.
Ear to ear.
Yeah.
Both kids, state champs. That's awesome. That's a good weekend.
I'll tell you what. And that's all they know is state championship. They have not had any tournament. They haven't been in the finals. So you're a dad and you've got 2 kids that have been wrestling. The only thing they know is get to first and second and take first. He's probably, he can rest a little bit easier though. Of course, he's still got to coach a little bit, but what a match. What a celebration. Well, you were saying earlier, Star Valley hasn't had a 4-timer yet. We've got 2 that have set the stage because as a freshman, you've got to win it as a freshman, which we have done. Not since the early 80s has that been done. It was accomplished 1 year ago by Tell Perry.
Yeah. No, and it's really hard for, you get some of these lower weight kids that can come in and win as freshmen, but actually as sophomores, you're starting to get into the mid weights. Competition's a little bit stiffer. You're wrestling against some upperclassmen now instead of wrestling against sophomores and freshmen. So,
Yeah,
Tail grabbed a hard one here. And not to say that the competition wasn't good for Kimball. I've seen Kimball.
No, yeah, there's a lot of
wrestle.
seniors stay down there. There's
Oh, yeah.
little well-built buggers, and so, and as you said earlier, they're so quick that they can, it used to be said the lightweight will always win up to about 152, and then they'll come back and start winning the heavyweights too. But after 152, just sheer weight and speed and dominance, it's hard for them. But these lightweights, we were talking about that the other day. They're tough. I mean,
They're so quick.
Really tough. And Kimball, just what a match! Wow. Looks like, if I'm not mistaken, they're having 2 Pinedale kids get warmed up at the same time. I missed that in the lineup. Is there
Let's take a look and see.
Is that Jake Hammer?
Your winner by decision at 132 pounds from Moorcroft, Braden Terry.
Congratulations,
so we're gonna
Mr.
have
Terry.
We're gonna have Jake Hammer against his teammate Fisher Vance.
Okay, I know
Jake
Jake's.
Hammer's 48-2, and Fisher Vance is 28-17.
Wow. Oh, another Pinedale duo going out.
And
They're going to announce some winners, though, aren't
Oh,
they?
are they? Let's go with that.
Goes to Esmond Henry, Under Mason High School. Fourth place, Lily Hill, Wind River. Third place, Giancarlo, Science Central. Runner-up in the division from Star Valley, Paisley Smith. And the champion for 15, finishing with a 35-0 record, Lily Quintanilla from Honduras.
Guess I got that name wrong.
Into 126 pounds in 6th place from Thermopolis, Coulter Price. In 5th place from Saratoga, Tucker Caricado. In 4th place from Big Piney, Xavier Clifford. In 3rd place from Lincoln Fort Laramie Southeast, Wyatt Sylvester. Your runner-up from Upton, Jackson East. And your first place state champion at 126 pounds in 2A from Kemper, Brody Prophet.
Results in the 3 126-pound weight class at 6th place from Cody Gordon Sorensen. 5th place from Evanston, Colby Hamilton. In 4th place from Green River, Spencer Wright. In 3rd place from Douglas, Blaine Johnson. In 2nd place from Pinedale, Wiley Wilson. And your champion from Cody, and now 2-time state champion, Trey Smith.
And your 4A medal winners at 126 pounds in 6th place from Thunder Basin, Riley Rowan. 5th place from Jackson Tyson Kendall. 4th place from Cheyenne Central, Campbell Smith. 3rd place from Star Valley, Malachi Patterson. 2nd place from Rock Springs, Lincoln Young. And 126 pound state champion, a senior with record 25-4 from Rock Springs, Justin Henry.
Directing your attention
All
back
right,
to the
so
match.
just bring it back to the mats now. And I was mistaken earlier. That was not Fletcher going against his teammate. Now we've got Fletcher coming up now.
Oh, okay.
38 weight class. And I should have known that by the shoulder compression or support that he's got for that broken collarbone.
Well, I believed you. I don't know if everyone else did, but I believed you.
All right, so we've got Western Inest from Laramie going up against Brock Fletcher from Rock Springs here.
Boy, Fletcher in fast.
I
Wow.
gotta say, I don't expect this match to be very long.
That was incredible. What a
He
takedown.
went right in,
They're going to
grabbed
call him
that
from
leg, elevated it.
unnecessary roughness, possibly.
And he's had many of those this season. But
Well,
he's thrown right into it.
That, oh my land. 12 what is that?
17 seconds.
17-second pin
Yeah.
from 4-timer. We're going to stand up and celebrate.
He's going to take his shoes off on the mat.
Oh, is that what he's doing?
Yeah.
Wow. If he's trying to take him off, he hasn't done it. There we go. They're starting to unlace. 17-second pin. and a 4-time
No,
state
he's
champion,
not
Brock
taking off
Fletcher.
his shoes. I guess he's just undoing them. But
Look at that.
4-time state champion, Brock Fletcher. Rock Springs.
All with a broken collarbone.
130-pound state champion, now 4-time.
Oh, he did take his shoes off.
on the mat. So in the wrestling world, typically, well, they're not leaving him on the mat. But typically, if you leave him on the mat, it's a sign of your retirement from the sport. But as a senior, that's his last match as a high school student.
Incredible. Well, I wish everyone could have seen that. Of course, on the other mat, we've got returning state champion Jake Hammer. And as we said earlier, sometimes you're JV. If you're a state champion, you work with someone day in and day out, it also makes someone else extremely tough. You know, iron sharpens iron. And so Jake Hammer is going against his JV, who is Vance, also from Pinedale. So 2 Pinedale wrestlers going at it. Interesting fact here, neither one of these wrestlers have went 3 rounds. This entire tournament, they've
Really?
accumulated all pins before the state championship match. So
Wow.
Pinedale's depth there is just incredible. Jake Hammer, another one of those my own son has wrestled against, and he's always been just a dominating athlete. We've got some excitement over on the 2A mat. JR, what's going on over there?
I'm not sure. Let's take a look and see who we've got going on over there. We've got
The score
we've
was
got-
7-0, first round.
We've got wrestler from Shoshone, 32-10, and wrestler from Moorcroft, 34-9. Going at it. And the score is 0-7. I'm assuming that the Shoshone was threatening some type of a move in order to get up on the opponent that's up on him now 10-0.
Okay, yep, I think you're right. Boy, in Pinedale, opponents that's 4-0 in the second.
Looks like it's not going to be 6-0.
Yep,
There we go.
it is. Wouldn't that be interesting if this is the only match that they go 3 rounds? Boy, they're not
A little bit of a controversy over there. It looks like Shoshone was looking to put him in a pinning formation,
And they stopped it.
and they stopped it.
They're probably far enough. You and I can't make a good, honest call, but what'd you see, JR?
Well, I think the reason we're hearing the boos is because he's got a brace on that shoulder, and I feel like some of the DuBois, or not DuBois, the Moorcroft fans are feeling like that maybe was being targeted.
Oh, yeah, possibly so. I know my daughter went to put on her knee brace. You know, she overextended both knees, and Skinner's from Star Valley said, "Don't put that on your bad knee. You'll get attacked. You're from Star Valley, and they'll attack your injury." And I thought, I'd like to think that's not true. Of course, Carly's looking at me and looking at them like, well, I only have one bad knee. If I put it on the other one, it's not going to do any good, the knee brace or the knee pad. Oh.
Tech fall.
No kidding. Tech fall, you don't see that often in the finals, but 15-0 in the second round.
In 2A, your winner by tech fall at 138 pounds, Trenton Sheehan.
And he's probably got the award for the celebration tonight. That was a lot of celebrating, wasn't it? Both hands in the air, jumping up, and that's the way it should be. If you win a state title, that's the way it should be. Launching into his coach's arms. Yeah, a lot of excitement there.
You know,
Oh, big throw
Yep.
from the girls at 125 pounds, and it's
And a
going to go
pin.
for a pin.
That's Rivers Carroll of Worland. Carroll of Worland. State champ, 100.
Carol from Worland just takes a state championship by fall against her opponent from Green River. I'm trying to see her name, but doggone, that was a heck of a throw. It was fast, quick, used her hips, and they didn't spend long on the mat before the ref says that's it. And again, just like we were saying, some of these girls, I mean, they've got moves. And it's harder to get the girls in some of the normal moves. They can twist. Their hips can twist so much.
Oh, they're so flexible.
They are.
You know, you get some of the boys in some of these positions, and it's like, oh, they're done.
Yeah, lights out.
These girls can get out of them.
They do. They're like an owl with their head, too. It can turn all the way around on the shoulder when they're getting wrenched on.
You know, and we go back to Pinedale over here that's got their 2 opponents going against each other. And Pinedale's never really had the depth to take a team title. But now you're looking at next year where Green River's going to be moving up. You see Green River going to 4A. Pinedale's in second place right now.
Yeah, you leave
in the
them
3A.
alone, they'll probably walk away with the title.
And I think Pinedale's got a real shot at winning the 3A title next year. which has always been kind of out of their grasp because they've been competing with bigger teams like Green River and Star Valley for that title.
Well, they're a force. Are they really in second place, that we said?
I think they're in second place.
That's great. And, of course, Green River they've got a dominating team this year.
All wrestlers, 132 pounds and 120 pounds. If you're a finisher, you need to report to the medal stand.
They're going to be recognizing Tell in his state title on the award stand here in a moment.
All right, at 138 pounds, you are now two-time state champion from Pinedale, Jake Hammer.
There we go,
Jake Hammer.
Two-timer.
On the award stand at 120 pounds, girls division, 6th place medal, Rochelle Cole.
All right, we're going to go to the medal announcements here.
5th place goes to Glenrock's Killian Coleman. 4th place to Keston Johnson of Star Valley. 3rd place medal to Katie Squatters of Latrobe County. Runner-up to Zimmer, the Lady Walker. And the champ, Jesse Jr. with a perfect 27-0 record. The champ from Jackson Hole, Ty McBride.
In 2A at 132 pounds, 6th place finisher from Rocky Mountain, Michael Bassett. In 5th place from Thermopolis, Ethan Crow.
This one might be a
4th
brawl.
place finisher from Lovell, Mason Christensen. In 3rd place from Cokeville, Flint Milford. Your runner-up at 132 pounds from White River, Aiden Ruby. And your 132 pound state champion from Moorcroft, Brayden Terry.
Really? Wow.
Your results of the 132-pound weight class in 6th place from Newcastle, Casey Matthews. In 5th place from Evanston, Ryder Wilson. In 4th place from Torrington, Barrett Eichenberger. In 3rd place from Cody Taylor Baggs. In 2nd place from Green River, Axel McKinnon. And now your two-time state champ from Rollins, Zachary Covelo.
40 medal winners at 132 pounds in 6th place from Sheridan, River Osborne. In 5th place from Thunder Basin, Christian Bailey. 4th place from Thunder Basin, Omar Bautista. In 3rd place from Cheyenne, Bobby Williams. 2nd place from Cheyenne Central, Andrew Gonzalez. And your 4A boys 132-pound state champion, a sophomore with a record of 36-2, now two-time state champion from Star Valley, Tel Perry.
On the award stand at 125 pounds girls division. All right, here we go on the blue mat. 130-pound girls division.
Well, that was a great announcement for Tel Perry, wasn't it? An announcer did a good job recognizing a sophomore taking his 2nd state title, repeating as from a freshman. So.
On the red mat in 2A.
We got a couple coming up in the girls bracket here soon, don't we?
Oh,
Not right now, but coming up.
yes. Next match. Right now, it's interesting. The two wrestlers that are going at it have met each other 4 times. The last time was 5-4. So these two wrestlers on right now. So 5-4 is not a very big margin. They meet again at the finals here.
A senior from Sheridan, Dylan.
And as I understand, the one young lady, I'll get her name, she just wanted to stay in shape for soccer and found her groove in wrestling.
Wow.
So all the way to the state finals.
Let's see who we've got over here on the 4A mat right now. Give me 1 second here.
I'll get the names of these girls that I poorly introduced. By the way, Ty McBride, congratulations, undefeated year, taking her state title at the previous bout, 120 pounds actually. So Ty McBride wins hers by fall, and I don't believe she went an entire match either. Nope, she didn't. Every one of her wins were by fall.
So we've actually got Avila here on mat 4A mat, and Avila's going for a 4-timer as well.
Yes.
Avila is currently up 2-0 over his opponent, Dylan Goss of Sheridan.
In 2A, winner by fall at 144 pounds from Lingle, Fort Lauderdale Southeast, Clayton
You know, it's got to be a
Caleb.
little bit frustrating, maybe a little bit nerve-wracking to go out there knowing that the guy you're going to be wrestling is a 3-time state champion and undefeated.
And they've already got his T-shirt and blanket printed. Well, folks,
you got to go out there and you got to take a chance and see what you can come out with. But man, that's a tough feat going up against a 3-timer.
yeah. Folks, the girls that I announced that I apologize didn't have the name is Barham from Laramie and Cumulos from Wheatland, and they are going up for first and second. So once again, I apologize. I introduced them and told you what a tight match it was going to be, and it is tight. It's 2-1. So we'll see how that one turns out. And as JR says, we're right behind history in the making here as Avila is shooting for his 4th title. Antonio is his first name, correct?
Yes, it is. Yep. And you know, it's crazy that we're getting the possibility of 3 4-timers tonight. I've seen 2 in one championship, but I've never seen 3 in one championship.
You know, I haven't either, and I've came to a lot of these state tournaments over the years, and to have that many 4-timers is history for sure.
You know, the Sheridan kid's holding his own, though.
He is. Sheridan doing a fantastic job. He's on top, actually riding out Antonio pretty hard. And never, you know, I remember Green River had a 3-timer. You probably remember that. They interviewed him for his 4th title. It was in Weston's weight, my own son, and Green River was upset.
Yeah, he got upset in the earlier rounds, in fact.
He did. He come back, and he wrestled Jake Hammer, in fact, for 3rd and 4th. He did take the 3rd place championship, but, you know, everybody had already printed the blankets, you know, or sewed in the blankets and printed the T-shirts, and he did not make it. Another one from Green River. You remember a young man that's extremely tough named Montoya, and he won a couple titles there, and everyone assumed he had it made, and a freshman come up and actually knocked him off his podium. So it happens, and we're only 3-0 in this match with Sheridan. What's Sheridan's name, the opponent here?
It is Dylan Goss.
Dylan Goss and Antonio Avila. So, you know, history. Go ahead. Nope.
Sheridan and Thunder Basin both brought some really tough kids this year. I mean, you're going to see in most every finals match, you're going to see either a Sheridan kid or a Thunder Basin kid. Last year, Thunder Basin had 8 kids, not Thunder Basin, excuse me, Sheridan had 8 kids in the finals, 8 out of 14 weight classes.
Wow.
And that's why they ran away with it last year.
He says, he poked me in the eyeball there, ref, and you're not doing anything about it. See him grab his eye, and the ref said keep wrestling, so that's what they'll do. 15 seconds left in the second round. Avila up 3-0, working on his 4th state championship.
Wayne, I don't know this kid from Sheridan very well, but I mean, to come out here and compete with Avila, I can't imagine that he's a senior, this Dylan Goss, which means that he's going to be quite the competitor next year when he comes back, and no more Avila.
Yeah, well, and that iron, as we said, definitely sharpens iron. He's probably had a few meets with him this year, but we're only at it's a 3-point match, and that's a 1-move deficit. Near fall is 3 points. Looks like Avila's going to be the one, though, that's going to put the near fall on the scoreboard first, as he gets a tilt and a 2-point award. So he leads now 5-0.
And releases and looks at the refs. That's a pretty good indicator. Hey, I'm going to go for something else here.
Ooh. Potentially dangerous call. They're going to stop the action.
Oh, yeah. He had his legs laced, and when they rolled through it torqued the knee of Goss.
Ooh. Now that wasn't the hugging we were talking about as the girls passed each other. There was a little bit of friction there, but
Avila's still on top. He's got a claw on. Working that claw, making sure that his opponent is carrying all of his weight. Goss keeps trying to get up. He's got some good effort going in there. Not only is Avila's making Goss carry all of his weight, he's making him carry all of it on his shoulders. Goss up, Avila able to do a lift return and put him down to near fall.
Yeah, that's going to put him into a major. You know, hats off to Goss. He came in as what would be called the 4th seed, or the 2nd from his side of the region. and he actually took out Gonzalez, who beat Kendall, who was the #1 seed. So Goss has worked hard to get to this point.
Oh, yeah.
Was only a 3-point deficit, but boy, what are we at now?
It's 8-0 now. Goss still working hard.
Now
Avila wants it, though.
That was a little bit of shoving there, wasn't it?
Maybe a little bit less
I
of
think
the sportsmanship on the way out of there.
He's
but
a little. He's trying to say, you know, I'm 8 points, but I want to be more, and you're not letting me do it.
Right, I want to pin.
I want to show off here a little bit. And you're giving me too much resistance, and Goss certainly is. He's been fighting really hard. Their final 12 seconds.
Getting a little bit more physical. He's looking. I think Avila just wants to get that pin in. He's going for a tilt, and it's not going to happen with 5 seconds left. But there's another 4-timer state champion.
Here we go.
That's crazy.
We're going to celebrate here.
4-time state champion.
Stand up and give him what he deserves.
44 pounds. Antonio Avila. Undefeated this year, undefeated last year. 4th place at the Nationals, Virginia Beach. And was a 3.95 GPA.
4th place at Nationals, undefeated last year. So Antonio's had quite the run in his prep career of high school wrestling. So congratulations to the Avila family. Congratulations, Antonio, 4-time state champion.
We're going to move over to the medal stand here in just 1 second as they get ready to announce the next round of medals. And then we've got a Star Valley Lady Brave coming up here.
Yes, excuse me. Remy Allman, folks, hold on. We're going to have Remy Allman coming up against Paitlin Kolovo. And I believe this is Kolovo is a sister to state champion Zach, 2-time state champion. So we'll see how this one goes here. I know Remy's a force to be reckoned with, but let's let the awards take over for a second here.
Rivers Carroll.
Into at 138 pounds. In 6th place, from Lingle Fort Laramie Southeast, William Feinreisen. In 5th place, from Brayville Riverside, Loomis Alexander. In 4th place, from Moorcroft, Wyatt Cook. In 3rd place, from Wright, Pace Garrett. In 2nd place, from Shoshone, Wiley Filio. And your 1st place state champion at 138 pounds, from Moorcroft, Trenton Sheehan.
In the 138-pound weight class, who results in 6th place from Newcastle, Scott Larson. 5th place from Powell, Wyatt Covington. 4th place from Lyman, Tipper Van Eason. 3rd place from Douglas, Luke Ewing. 2nd place from Pinedale, Fisher Vance. And now a 2-time state champion from Pinedale, Jake Hammer.
4 medals at 138 pounds in 6th place from Sheridan, Cole Ryson. 5th place from Cheyenne Central, Trip Beagle. 4th place from Sheridan, Braxton Crow. 3rd place from Gray Mason, Ashton Legard. 2nd place from Laramie, Weston Inest. And the 138-pound state champion, a senior, with a record of 43-2, and now 4-time state champion from Rock Springs, Brock Fletcher.
Are we on?
We are.
I'm not hearing about. There we go. All right, a record of 24-3, Remy Allman from Star Valley, and a record of 29-3, her opponent from Sheridan. So these two wrestlers have nearly identical records. So far, no points awarded. We're in still in the 25 seconds the first round. Both wrestlers neutral.
From
This is Caitlin Kovalo wrestling Remy Allman. Allman from Star Valley, Kovalo from Sheridan. Remy's got a front headlock on. She's very strong here. She's known to do a roll. It's kind of a combination between a Russian roll and a gator roll. Keeps the baseball grip on one arm. This time she's going to scoot behind and shoot for getting a 2-point takedown. Her coaches are just saying, just spin behind, and that she does. No award. Oh, her opponent does a good job squaring back and facing her. She nearly had the 2-point takedown. She's back in a whizzer position. Still maintain the whizzer as they come back both to their feet. Peyton just about run out of bounds as Remy comes back to the center. Ankle pick by Peyton. Remy's got a head. She's got to have an arm too to keep it legal, and it might be a good time to desert that arm. Yep. She does as Sheridan strikes first. 2-point takedown. Kovalo, wrestling name, known across the state. Her brother, I believe it's brother. I hope someone corrects me, but a 2-time state champion, just winning his second one today, moments ago. Nothing more than Peyton wouldn't like to join that. But of course, we as from Star Valley, we're hoping that is not the case. Now, I don't believe they awarded any back points there, but Peyton was doing a good job trying to get a turn. We enter the second round, score 2-0. Star Valley choice. Remy's looking to her coaches. Remy's going to take top position as Kovalo takes bottom. Once again, 2-0, second round. Remy lines up. Whistle goes. Peyton Kovalo immediately tries to hip up. Remy does a good job keeping her square and broke back down. She's going for an arm chop, maybe even an arm pry bar. She's got a good tight waist on, but Kovalo's doing not much of anything now. She does try to short sit there. Remy follows, stays on top in control. Kovalo comes up with one leg on the other side. Good looking cradle possibility there, and I wouldn't be surprised if Remy tries that. She's definitely putting one knee to the head. I think she's trying to fish it in right now. From this angle, it's difficult to tell, but I can tell that Remy is still in control, and she's actually going more of a spiral ride, trying to get that near wrist as she stays on the tight waist. Neither wrestler advances much in the first minute of the second round. And there's a switch attempt by Kovalo, and she does indeed get it as she circles back around to take another 2-point, 4-0 lead against Remy Allman. Remy's got one arm tied up in a cross wrist. It makes it extremely difficult to wrestle her moves. And then her opponent takes a near leg dump. Almost gets some pretty good points, but Remy does a good job turning and facing her. She's almost broke free if she can break that lock, and she does. She's facing her opponent now. Heads down, it comes up. It's going to be a scramble situation. Unfortunately, we're right on the line, so they may call out of bounds before Remy can get loss of contact. Now, if the ref stayed consistent, they should award that an escape right there, but Remy's going to go for reversal. Had her up in the air, but Kovalo was able to hip down and come back in. Now she's got her in the air again. Remy's got going all the way up in the air, and it's going to be a double as Kovalo flips her all the way across her back, but she catches her on her back. We should be counting near fall points. We got a reversal for 2, and we got 2 points, back point that ties us up in knots, 4-4 going into the third period. Great job, Remy. Boy, could you believe that? That's why you wrestled to the whistle.
Man, I mean, Remy had her up in the air, and Sheridan was just feeding her hips and hips and hips right up to her tippy toes. She finally got her up off her feet, and then Remy was able to carry the momentum through. Almost looked like Sheridan was going to roll it through.
And she stopped her in the middle of it.
She was able to just stop her right on her back and got 2 near falls out of it.
Yeah, that was phenomenal wrestling by Remy. She gathered up 4 points just in a matter of seconds there. That's why you go hard even to the end. Even if you're on the edge of the mat, don't count on stalemate or running off the mat, just wrestle. And she did.
We're going to the third period now, tied 4-4. It's a new match.
Now, looks like to me that other wrestler's choice, Kovalo, did pick top, apparently, because she's in the top position.
She's got a half on her right now.
She does. She's got to be careful not to get that slung. what the top wrestler is trying to do is sink in a half, and also
Got to peel that hand off the top there, Remy.
she's got a spiral ride on also. She's going to try to dump her down towards her hips and possibly spur her over. Now she takes the wrist. Remy's in a tough situation here, but she hasn't turned yet. Oh, she did get she has turned, and the ref is counting. We're in the third round. That's going to cost at least 2. Star Valley trails by 2. 1 minute and 5 seconds left as we take injury time for blood. Remy's done a great job. Remy is down by 2. She's also on the bottom, so she has a phenomenal opportunity to get a reversal or possibly get a takedown and then a stand-up and then a takedown. That would win the match.
Right.
But a reversal would tie the match. Now you can see Kovalo's a tough rider, though, so Kovalo may try to just ride her out the remaining minute 5, and she'd be okay with that because she's up by 2.
And Kovalo has that, she puts that half on.
It cranks it.
And cranks it hard. And so Remy's really got to work on getting that half peeled off. She's doing a good job of getting her hips around. But
Yeah.
if she can clear that half Nelson, then that will allow her to get to her feet.
And she knows now that Kovalo will try to hit that from the base, and the best defense for that is what's called tuck and roll. They get the arm in, you tuck your shoulder down to the bottom and use your hips to try to swim over the top of them and actually get a reversal. Normally the half is most effective when your opponent's broke down, but it just shows the confidence of Kovalo. She says, I'm going to put the half in when you're not even broke down. And if she has a wrist or a spiral ride, you can sling it and still get points. But there's a couple times she did not have the wrist and she didn't have a leg or a spiral that Remy could essentially have just yanked down on that. Maybe she's been told that by the coach, and we'll see some. Oh, she goes right into a switch. Almost had the thigh. We're back to wrestling after injury time, and she's turning into it. She's got to be careful there. Rock hands. The other opponent's got locked hands. That means free move for our wrestler. Oh, and they should have let him keep wrestling there. Boy, I wish they'd have kept, because basically what that means is if you can advance, you not only get the locked hands call, but you get the point.
Move as well, yep.
However, if the other wrestler starts getting you in a predicament, they will stop it. I didn't see her being in a predicament. They should have kept wrestling there.
Yeah.
So scores now 5-6. Remy's down by 1. We've got 45 seconds left in the third and final round.
Now Remy can tie it up with just a stand-up here if she's able to get her
She
feet
can
underneath her.
get a stand-up. Kovalo's got an arm fished in there, though. That's going to be tough. If she can limp arm out of that, she got to spin, keep her leg up, keep from getting turned. Kovalo's working her, trying to turn. Remy's got a leg up, doing a great job fighting with all she's worth. Now she's reaching for hands, trying to get that freed up so she can come up. She's got a little more than 15 seconds to make this happen. 1 point behind. Remy Allman going for her state title, and it could be anyone's match here.
She's up to her feet.
She's on a pod, and we're getting close. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and she's going to skip. And they're not.
Oh, that was close.
It wasn't quite break of contact there,
not
folks.
Not quite.
And the time runs out.
Match, though.
That was very good match. As Remy Allman takes runner-up state championship 2024.
Great match. Remy had just 2 more feet, maybe 2 more seconds. It would have been going into overtime, but that's a great match for both competitors there.
Absolutely. Congratulations, Allman family. Well fought, great year, phenomenal record, and to advance in the finals like that, and almost have. We're just talking seconds.
Yeah,
seconds.
Oh, they're making another announcement here for the medals. We're going to go to that.
Lindsay.
From Laramie, McKenna, Florida. And the winner, Cleveland, 30-2, senior Ariel Kudos. First place.
Scored 3 times. Douglas, Palm, and Ronco.
And in 2A at 144 pounds, in 6th place from Tom River, Jack Melger. In 5th place from Cokeville, Clay Tyshirt. And fourth place from Big Heine, Caden Clifford. And third place from Moorcroft, Trent Gray. Your runner-up in second place from Thermopolis, Will Ward. And your boys 144-pound state champion, three-time champion from Lingle, Fort Laramie Southeast, Caleb Rothwell.
And the results in the 144-pound weight class in sixth place from Torrington, Colby Sandusky. In fifth place from Cody, Kenan Grant. Fourth place from Pinedale, Garen Madoli. Third place from Buffalo, Joseph Connors. Second place from Rollins, Braden Torstenbow. And your champion from Green River, Nick Lyford.
4A medal winners in 144 pounds in sixth place from Cheyenne Central, Ryan Gonzalez. Fifth place from Jackson Hole, Gavin Lindell. Fourth place from Campbell County, Logan Johnson.
I think it got me. I think it's
Third place from Laramie, Dakota Ledford. Second place from Sheridan, Dylan Goss. And your 144-pound 4A state champion with a record of 49-0, a senior, and now four-time state champion from Thunder Basin, Antonio Avila.
All right, let's bring it on back here. We've got, now we've got Cooper Burke coming up here. Cooper Burke against Lane Warburton of South.
This is for the state championship match at 157 pounds.
Cooper, let's see here, a little bit of side-by-side wrestling now. Got a weird arm over the top, decides to abandon that and go back over. Head-to-head again. A lot of faking, let's see here.
Warburton.
Warburton is in on a leg and able to.
He still's got the whizzer.
He's got the whizzer in, and so there's no points awarded yet. Shoulder to shoulder.
Boy, Cooper's sound wrestling there.
On his legs again, and they're going to work it out of bounds.
About 90% guys have been taken down. Cooper just scooped up that whizzer and came right back up.
Here we go again, head-to-head in the center of the mat. Coming up on 1 minute left in the first period.
Still 0-0.
Burke in on a heel pick.
Nice.
Got the leg up high. Elevates, trips, lands on top. He's still got those legs laced, and he's going to get the 2 points out of that.
See that funk roll Warburton tried? It was almost successful, but Cooper kind of predicted it and was able to stop the momentum of that.
And Cooper likes to keep those legs laced and crank on them from the bottom there.
Yeah, boy, Warburton was he was doing the snell crawl out, wasn't he?
Get out of bounds.
He was like, I'm out of here. He did go out of bounds. It did work for him, and they didn't call it against him. So
scores 2-0 with Cooper on top. Back in the center of the mat again. Warburton kind of hunkered down there.
Trying to reach back for the inside thigh, it looks like, but it's.
Cooper able to flatten him.
Nice.
Oh, he loves the leg. So he'll get that leg in deep, and he's going to lift up that other leg like he's going to go for a spraddle.
And then go with the guillotine.
And he's so comfortable just sitting on his butt right there.
You bet. If he can keep that leg, and even if Warburton were to roll through,
Cooper that leg in deep.
Cooper would likely be on top. Although I saw a little look of, I don't like this. There we go.
Into the guillotine.
Now, if the ref doesn't stop that.
Yeah, he's got a pretty high angle there.
They tend to panic, and they did.
Yep.
That was pretty high. It was a safe call. Good call for the ref.
Yep, they do like. Cooper likes to do the spraddle, and he loves that guillotine to get that leverage of those shoulders moving over. Warburton kind of reached back,
movement.
and Cooper caught him. Caught that arm up. It looked like Warburton was almost trying to go back for Cooper's head.
The first round expires.
Like,
yeah, almost got back points there in the first round.
So 2-0, we're going to head into the second period now. Warburton defers. Cooper's going to choose down. All right, here we go. Cooper up onto his feet. Working on hands.
It's gonna go.
And then he rotated back and just caught Warburton
Nice.
kind of sitting on his haunches a little bit, able to get the reversal out of that. So now the score's 4-0. Cooper working off his shoulder a little bit, back up on top. Cooper really liked to get a leg in, I can see it.
Yeah, he got it, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He snuck it right in there. Elevating the opposite leg from the where he's got in. Working on the guillotine again. He wants to elevate that hand, get that arm up over his head. I don't think Warburton liked that last time. He hid that hand in there into his crotch pretty well to keep from Cooper getting that guillotine in. Cooper cranking on him with those hips, with that leg in. Cooper rides so well. They both the Burks do really well with the legs. They just get him in so deep, and it's almost impossible to get him out.
Yeah, and what a great turnip
Into
for the
the
Burke
guillotine
family.
again. He's a little bit lower down, so he might not get a potentially dangerous at this point.
Yeah, if he can come back kind of at a more of an angle and get his hips shifted before he attempts that, the refs don't get near his panic.
Warburton up to a tripod.
He's going to try to roll him.
Your winner at 157 pounds.
Cooper able to break it back down and get back down to a base there.
Oh, he
Warburton
reached for his
over the
head.
top.
That's exactly what you want to
Yeah,
do,
it's
and he
exactly what
almost
Cooper
caught
wanted.
it. Yeah. Cooper's like, do that again, I dare you. He's going to Superman across the way and twist his hips. Warburton doing a really good job of maintaining base.
Oh, yes.
That's a long time to be having that crossbody reefed on you. Your arm wrench and
Warburton's like, man, you're going to pull my arm off with this guillotine.
You got 5 seconds left in the second round.
All right, that's going to end the second period. 4-0, Cooper on top. And this is the 157 weight class championship. We got Cooper Burke going in against Lane Warburton. All right, we're going to go with a neutral position to start the third period.
Again, any finisher at 150 pounds or 135 pounds.
A lot of hand fighting here. Some fakes back and forth. Here comes the fireworks. Cooper gets that arm in.
Got a Russian tie on, doesn't he?
Yep.
On one side.
And decides to abandon that.
That was a hard club by Warburton, trying to shake Cooper off of his, he's got such a good stance. He's wide, he's solid, and Warburton's having a hard time finding any angles to get any shots. So he took an attempt there to kind of hit the club really hard. Sometimes the refs will stop that and warn you, but they're going to let him wrestle. That was his second hard club.
Both of them just trying to set each other up at this point. A lot of circling, a lot of back and forth, and pushing each other out of bounds now. They're going to go back to the center of the mat and start again.
Now, JR, what would you do if you're the opponent? You're neutral, you're down by 4. What's your go-to? You got 1 minute left.
Boy, with the Burks, the heel pick tends to put them straight to the back. But the
Burks going to get this one, though.
They're so fast.
Nice
Cooper ends up scooping up
takedown.
the leg and elevates. And the Burks, they don't just elevate your leg up to the shoulder. They lift it up as high as they can get it.
Yeah, it's almost like he heard us saying, what would he do? Let me show you what I'm going to do.
So Burke back on top, score 6-0. 30 seconds left in the third period. Cooper's got a leg in. Once again, Warburton in on a tripod.
He doesn't dare flip that. I don't know
Right.
if he's nervous that maybe Cooper's going to catch it on the way. Probably is.
Cooper once again goes into the guillotine. Now he's got an arm bar in.
He could just scoop this, but I think he's going to ride him
I
out.
think he's just going to ride him out at this
Yep.
point. Yep.
It's
We got 7 seconds left.
wow. Kel Senovich just won his 4th title. At the
Hey,
same
there's the
time, we got
fourth-timers.
Cooper Burke takes his
Cooper
championship.
So cheers all the way around.
That's a great shared celebration.
Yes, it is. A 4-timer. That's 3 4-timers this week, and I don't think we have any others going up for it, but all 3 4-timers
Did it, didn't they?
did it.
Yep, and Cooper Burke, what a match. I'll tell you what, that was perfect timing. Of course, Star Valley was right behind us, cheering the loudest for him, but everybody was on their feet, and that just gets the adrenaline going a little bit. And way to go. Boy, good job, the Burke family, going into the Consolation Championships and also the State Finals Championship. and great finish for the Burke family.
Yeah, third place and a first place. And, you know, I can't remember the last time that Star Valley went 100% on their finalists. Now, they only had 3 in this year. Typically, they'll have 5 to 7 in the championships. So
Right.
they're a little bit light on the championships, but I've never
we
seen
swept
Star Valley
them.
win them all.
We swept them,
So
every one of them.
great wins by both the Perry boys and Burke
Yes.
today to make it a perfect record in the finals there.
Yes, and you're right. I'm trying to think when the last time was. You know, we do normally have, but to send 3 and to get 100% of the finalists to take the state title is pretty phenomenal for any team.
Yeah.
And there were several others that, you know, we hope to be there. You know, I mean, I look at examples like Porter Merritt
Oh,
and
we'd love
Morris
to see
and Malachi. Yeah, just a lot more that could have been there.
And really missed it by just a breath
Yeah,
away from
very. It was a coin toss. Hey, where does that put the team score now? Can we look that up real quick? Because, you know, if they're caught up, and I'm not sure, they may not have Cooper Burke's points on there yet, but we're going to give you folks where that puts the team standing. That will change it as Star Valley sweeps the finals with all 3 they sent in to win first place. So that's going to change the points quite a bit.
All right. Well, apparently my microphone's not working that well.
Now that one on our screen is showing Star Valley in 4th.
Yes, and that's pretty old.
That's okay.
Let's see here. Trying to figure out why my headset's not working.
Oh, is it not? I can hear it coming through.
So hopefully that.
Oh, we can't hear JR? Is that the message we just got?
All right, we'll try and work on that right now, and we'll get some scores going.
Boy, I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I've been asking JR questions, and he's been doing most of the broadcast on the boys, and apparently the mic is not working. So we apologize. I hope you at least got the last match in 100%. That was all Cooper Burke. Now that turned my volume way down, but it was affecting mine, JR.
Check. Hopefully we got it back on, but let me keep working on a couple of items.
Yeah, maybe just send him a text, see if you're on right now.
3-time state champion from Cheyenne East, Liam Fox.
Liam Fox takes his 3rd state title as the announcer recognizes that.
145 pounds, girls division on the blue mat.
Girls division, they're announcing. I'm going to take this off because we've got a.
From Star Valley, Kara Andrews.
Well, no, that they're announcing the next match, so we're going to move right to that, folks. On the girls' mat, we have Kara Andrews going in for the state finals match against Lindsay Julander from Kemmer. So Andrews, Star Valley, Julander, Kemmer. These have met before, and it's been close. Of course, Kara taking out the defending state champion to get to where she's at today.
And wrestling on the 40-man at 165 pounds from the
Lindsay Julander's been having an awesome year, as well as her sister, and this is the 145-pound weight class. And we're on our feet. Less than 20 seconds into the first round. Kara does a slide by, almost gets a takedown. They both come back to their feet. Kara's definitely the aggressor here as she's trying to do a slide by, also a club on the head. But I'll tell you what, Lindsay is holding on really tight and not willing to lose that break off that headlock or off of that tie. No points. We're 45 seconds in to the first round. Score 0-0. Andrews and Julander going for a state title match.
Well, the Star Valley ties. This is good to have them both out there.
Yes. Once again, of course, Julanders used to live right in Star Valley, just down the road from us. And Kara Andrews, of course, born and raised there. They've hugged, they've talked, they are, you know, almost like teammates, even though we're Lincoln County neighbors, not the same school. But they really get along good, and hopefully that maintains regardless of the outcome here this afternoon. And Julander tries a shot. Kara comes back, takes a fireman's, a near leg dump, and she gets it for a 2-point advantage. Scores now 2-0 with 25 seconds remaining in the first round. Kara Andrews up, and Lindsay does a fantastic short set, comes around, gets a reversal to tie it in knots, 2-2. 10 seconds left, first round. Andrews from Star Valley, Julander from Kemmer, and it's a tie match here. Andrews almost to her feet. We're going to run out of time as we enter the second.
All right. So
Tied up in knots.
Yeah, tied up. Okay.
We kind of figured this would be a close one.
Yes.
Kara's choice. She defers. Julander says, I'm going down. Quite a height difference between these two athletes, isn't there?
You know, it's funny on some of these that you get the two different body builds. You get some of the shorter ones going against some of the taller ones in these brackets, and boy, they both use it to their advantages.
Yes. Julander comes to her feet. Kara does a good job breaking her back down, catches her around the waist, going for a near chop. Still 2-2. First 15 seconds of the second round expired. Kara takes the arm and almost sinks a half in the far side. Pulls her arm back, keeps the tight waist on. Now she's reaching over. She's got to be careful there as Julander takes that as a handle. When these girls aren't broke down and you put your hand in front of their face, a lot of times that opponent will take advantage of it. But Kara's going to turn it to her advantage, almost go to a near side cradle as Julander does a great job fighting off hands and says, not right now.
Gotta be careful.
She comes to her feet. She's going to get either a reversal or it looks like it's going to be a reversal. Julander sweeps behind to lead this one 4-2. Boy, that was a lot of action there for a minute. Good job, Julander. Of course, being from Star Valley, we kind of want to root for our own, but regardless of the outcome, this is going to be, we're proud of these girls, and they've wrestled hard. And once again, they've given hugs and high fives, and they get along. They're friends. Lincoln North against Lincoln South here. The action slowed down a little bit.
Out on the edge of the mat there.
Yeah, they're
both
kind of
a little
aware.
bit conscious of their surroundings, and maybe we're going to see the roll or a little bit more of a risky move as we're getting out on the boundary. And
I think they were looking for a reset. They knew that they were kind of at a stalemate, so we're going to go 4-2 with 25 seconds remaining in the second round. Julander leads this one on Andrews. Andrews from Star Valley, Julander Kemmer. Andrews still in the bottom position. Whistle blows. She does a short sit, comes back around, reaches, almost catches a thigh. Julander returns her back to her base.
Please report to the medal stand if you're weight class 157.
Spiral ride by Julander. She's keeping her, probably just going to burn the timeout here. As Kara's got a lot of weight to carry there. She's in a tough position. She is fighting hands fantastic though, and we end that round 4-2. Kara Andrews takes choices. Let's go neutral.
Well, it's going to come down right down to the wire, I think.
It is. We'll see if Julander keeps approaching and stalking her, or she says, I'll just try to maintain a lead. It's one of those risky things. If you try to maintain the lead, oftentimes the opponent gets the aggression and scores. So you got to keep wrestling despite your lead. Kara does a nice shutdown but goes out of bounds. Julander still inside bounds, so they keep going. Another shutdown by Kara. Kara then lets go and goes for a shot, catches the leg. She's right on the edge though, and I think we got to just desert this one because Julander spun behind, and Kara catches her, puts her nearly on her back. She's going to get a 2-point takedown to tie this up. Kara Andrews right on the edge of the mat, and they call potentially dangerous. And did you see why that was potentially dangerous?
I don't know there.
Yeah, that was a little far out for us to see, but we're going to do a reset, come back to the center. Andrews now on top, 4-4. We're 40 seconds into the third period. Kara takes an arm. She's trying to bar it up. She's got a short wing in there, but she'd like to get that a little deeper, and she takes the bar wrist.
The other side. Didn't quite get there yet.
Julander's looking around for some
she got it
evidence.
Big step around the head.
And they're counting. They're counting. I think it's going to be a fall. And it is. Kara Andrews, your state champion 2024, 145 pounds.
What a great match. Worthy opponent. That's wonderful. Hopefully she's not injured. Looks like there might be a shoulder injury here.
We don't want the celebration to override a possible injury. I know Julander's been nursing that shoulder, and she caught her in that arm bar, and that puts all kinds of pressure on her shoulder. Although I thought she was running the good one. Let me look there. It might have been running the one that's taped up. But it looks like she is talking. I don't see a grin yet. But Julander's such a great sport. She's an awesome young lady and awesome parents, and what a match, what a fight.
What a great match for both of them. Both of them representing Lincoln County really well.
There you go. Kara Andrews raises her hand as the state champion. And I believe the first of the state champions for the girls. This
believe
year?
So, yes.
Well, was it last year too? I'm trying to think.
No, we had a couple last year.
We had several in the finals, I know. Did Remy win it last year?
Bell won last year.
Oh, I forget. Yep, of course. Nice job. She's celebrating, holding her hand up. Coach Waldron's got her all but on the shoulders. Yeah, you mentioned Val, of course. Yeah, Val Foreman, what a force, undefeated for 2 years. We really wish we could have seen her this year. I think everyone knows that she had that title, and had she been here, she'd have won. We sure appreciate Coach Foreman and Val for being the team captain and helping these young ladies get their start from their infancy. Coach Ivy, appreciate him. What a great guy and a great sponsor. And then, of course, we got Zeke, Coach Zeke, that was right there with them to win their first state title and take them 3/4 of the way the second season. So phenomenal job, and it's paid off as Kara gives them a big hug and a high five. She's over the stands anyway, and great job. Great job to all the coaches.
Well, this mat over here, the 4A mat, has turned into something quite interesting. Sheridan Wrestler is up on top, but he's been on top most of the match. Latrona's been stalled quite a bit. They've had their head down on the mat. But I think Sheridan wants a pin and hasn't had the opportunity to do so. 14 seconds left before that one will be over here.
On the 2A mat, your winner by decision at 165 pounds from Thermopolis, Brody Sorensen.
That's it on the 4A mat. Before it went up to 65 state champion. Now 3 times.
You got Sheridan winning here on the 4A mat, but they got another 3-timer.
I'm glad. We were about to pull her with her neck, but she says, I want to wrestle.
And I believe that was Dane Steele. So that's that's a great win. Blake talking to Coach Waldron there, congratulating his wrestler on a great win.
And I thank the other coaches. Of course, we also sure appreciate Carbon Kennington stepping in. Coach Waldron also being a powerful asset on the Lady Braves team. Eddie Clark where he can. He's, of course, maintaining the boys as well, but he's been able to split his efforts and help the ladies. And just been awesome to have these guys. Of course, Coach Walker, originally from Kemmer. Of course, he's a several-time state champion. We're pretty fortunate to have him living in Star Valley and also being a coach for the girls at the end of the season here.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, we've got some updated team scores, I think. We're looking at Star Valley for the girls' side. 157, Pinedale at 101, Sheridan 100, Kemmer at 96, and Wind River at 95. So Star Valley still ahead by 56 points. Obviously no catching them at this point, but Pinedale has had a great showing. They've moved up from, I believe, where they were at 6 before the finals, and now they're up into second place.
Awesome.
And I think they've probably got a couple more wrestlers to go for the girls, I would hope.
Yeah, so we've got, on the girls' side, we do have Shaylee Coots coming up. She'll be at 170. Also wanted to thank Coach Heap. I didn't finish the thanking there, but Coach Heap has also been there with us, and we've just been really, really fortunate to have some great coaches, all the way from Coach Kendall and Zeke and Coach Ivy, and then with the interim coaches. So congratulations. As JR says, I don't think anyone's going to pass up the Lady Braves, and I believe we're getting pretty solid on the boys' side
scores,
too.
Yeah, I mean, even with those 3 wins from Star Valley, they're in a solid 5th place, which weren't quite able to overtake Rock Springs, where they had a couple of their guys doing well as well.
Wow, a half point between Rock Springs? Oh,
yeah,
man.
half a point. But I think Rock Springs has one on the heavyweight end that's probably going to widen that gap just a little
Hard
bit.
to do,
but,
yeah.
But great showing from Cheyenne East and Sheridan. Thunder Basin just brought a ton of talent. I mean, to be up by 75 points in the boys bracket in the 4A, they just brought a whole lot of talent this year and wrestled really well when it came right down
and
to it.
we did beat them at the Ronthon, correct?
No, Thunder Basin ended up squeaking it out.
Did they? Okay,
Yep,
we
yep.
were right there. It's very few
right
points.
there.
Okay.
We were very confident considering we had 2 or 3 wrestlers that were still
and we
Malachi
do
didn't
now.
wrestle
That's right.
So the Braves just didn't perform quite as well this weekend, although it was a great week.
And we've got some key wrestlers out, which
absolutely.
made a big difference on those scores too. But I think to be in the top 5 is pretty impressive regardless.
Oh, and it's a tight top 5 as well.
It is. It is. And the girls' scores, are these accurate over here then, or is that up to
I
date?
think those are a few minutes old. Let's see if we can get something a little bit.
Yeah, after Kara's match, I'd be curious to see where that puts the margin. So we're going to give you an updated score on the girls as well. Of course, Kara Andrews just winning a state title. That should broaden that gap a little bit. It seems like Pinedale did, just as JR and I predicted, would move to second place after their state finalists went. And they're showing to be in second as of a couple matches ago at least. Sheridan and Kemmer are sharing a pretty tight race, a 4-point margin. And then Wind River is only 1 point behind Kemmer. So rounding out your top 5, there's Star Valley, Pinedale, Sheridan, Kemmer, and Wind River. And JR is going to make sure is that still the same then?
It's pretty close. So after Kara won hers, Star Valley has now moved to 163 with Pinedale at 101. And everything else seems to be the same. So they're just another 6 points added on top there with her win.
Well, that's pretty accurate. So Star Valley up at 163 points on the girls' race to clearly mark their championship title as a repeat. They're going to be a 2-time champion, and what a phenomenal situation to be in. You know, they just started a year ago, and to win it your first year is pretty impressive, especially considering they were going against girls that have been wrestling for a long time and had a lot of experience crossing over into the Dakotas, and Star Valley still was able to secure a championship then. This year, again, we're also without some key components. We already mentioned 2-time undefeated Vel Foreman would have been a returning state champion going for her repeat. We were without her at this tournament. So to have that lead still just shows that all the girls have stepped up. You know, it doesn't matter if you're JV, varsity, they have really worked hard, and just a huge congratulations to them. Of course, we're not over yet, and we're hoping for even more points than that as we prepare for Shaylee Kuntz, also going for her title at 170. Right now we're at 155 pounds for the girls, and the guys are ahead a little, aren't they? Well, I guess they're the same. We just jumped weight, so you're at 170. Yeah. Right now for the boys, right? 175.
Yep. And we continue to see in these 4A matches, you know, Sheridan against Thunder Basin, Sheridan and Thunder Basin, over and over and over again, and really those two teams are the teams that brought it this weekend to go head to head. Yep,
and that's going to make their points just keep on climbing.
Star Valley's, all their wrestlers are done, so Star Valley's not going to climb any higher in the rankings. I don't think that there's anybody even close to come on the 6th. It's really just the top 5 there. But Thunder Basin should run away with this pretty easily. I know they've got a couple of heavyweights as well that are probably favored to win the state championship. So Thunder Basin just showing really well this weekend.
Wow. Yeah, their points are pretty much indicating their depth and their strength, and Star Valley, and hopefully we do maintain that 5th position. You say I don't see the 6 on the screen here, but do you know who that is? I guess we could look at the track wrestling. Once again, that's the boys. Thunder Basin in 1st, Sheridan in 2nd, Cheyenne East in 3rd, Rock Springs taking the 4th position, and Star Valley
the next one
in 5th.
Is Natrona County with 114 points. So Star Valley's up on them by 60 points. So
and
really, once you get out of the top 5, there's a big gap.
You don't see anyone in the lineup from Natrona coming. They'd have to take 3 or 4 of them, though.
Well, they've already had their advancement points, and so really it would take some pinning out to even come close. But I don't think it's even reachable.
Yep, I agree. And the Star Valley girls, there's almost a pinfall at 155. And that puts us up to 170 coming up. Shaylee Kuntz, get ready.
There you have it on the blue man. Josie Hall, state champion ×2.
And that was a 2-time state champion on the girls, so congratulations. We'll get you a name there. I know it's poor announcing to say who it is. That was 155 pounds. And the announcer said it was a 2-time state champion. Let's find out a name. Give her some credit here.
You know, and that's going to put a little bit of a target on the girls' back, being that this is the 2nd state championship in a row, but not only the second one in a row, but also the only two.
Yeah. That was Josie Hogue. They did a big, WyoPreps did a big article on her just a couple days ago. She entered this season as the favorite. She actually ended the season with 38-0.
Oh, wow.
So phenomenal record.
Season.
Yeah, and just repeated as a two-time state champion against Ronia of East, I believe. East Cheyenne. Is that East? Who's East again? Remind me. I just lost.
Cheyenne East.
Cheyenne. So, yeah, congratulations to Hoke. I hope I'm saying that right. Two-time state champion, and ends her career, or at least this season, as undefeated. And she is a senior, so it'll be neat to see some of these girls that for the first time might be going out for some scholarships, a little bit of college, not just education, but athletics and wrestling too. It'd be neat to see some of them do that. Shaylee Kuntz at the warm-up area. Now, she won't wrestle right away because they will recognize awards for the 155-pound and also the previous boys brackets. But she is at the warm-up area getting ready to go. Just a little background on Shaylee. She is a light 170. Technically, if you look at the girls' side, they go from 155 to 170. So that's a big gap. You got 15 pounds. So a wrestler can essentially be, 13 pounds lighter unless they can cut those final two and get to the 155. So Shaylee could be at 155, but she's wrestling up at 170.
All right, over here on the 3A mat, we've got Brady Roberts against Hazen Camino of Buffalo. Brady Roberts from Evanston. Really surprised to only see that score to be 3-0. Brady's a tough wrestler.
Do you remember, did you see him at the Tiger Grizz against the Teton kid?
I didn't see that match.
Boy, Teton has won the Tiger Grizz for 3 years. Very few athletes do that. And also a three-time state champion, looking for his fourth title today. Teton, Idaho, of course, a force on the other side of the state in Idaho, there in the basin. Anyway, Brady Roberts was winning that match the entire time. And right at the final few seconds, the Teton Fulmer kid was able to get a takedown and won it by 1 point.
Wow.
So Brady, you're right. Brady is he's been on a manhunt this year, and he's chased after 3 4-timers, and it hasn't phased him. And he's, like I said, he was just seconds away from winning that Idaho 4-timer, soon to be 4-timer.
It's craziness. That's my son's weight class, 175, and he saw Brady.
Oh wow,
3 times this year.
Oh
yeah. The first time Brady pinned him in like 26 seconds, and Davey came off the mat, and he's like, "Man, that kid's strong."
Yeah.
So he fared a lot better the other times, but boy, Brady, he's a tough wrestler, very fundamentally sound.
He is, and I think he's been that 175 for the season, hasn't he? Stayed there the whole year.
Yes, he has.
And Evanston, just as you were saying earlier, JR, they have a lot of, they'll have a full team many years, but every year they'll have at least 2 or 3 that are just
state champions.
Really tough.
Yep.
There it is.
And your champion, 175-pounder from Evanston, Brady Roberts.
There they just announced Brady Roberts. He does take it. Did he pin him?
No, it was by decision, but it ended up being like 6-0.
And so, folks, those mats are across the way from us. We can see the ones close to us really well. The ones that are farther away, we have to kind of squint a little bit. But there's been just some fantastic wrestling this weekend. Every one of it's just been fun. And limited injuries. There's been a few, but I don't think we've had to stop the tournament completely. And really, well, Sage, that was a tough draw for the girls. Sage went out, and she spent at least 2 hours, I think, with the trainer. I'm not sure, but I think they took her to the hospital again, and that's her 3rd time doing that. So our prayers out to Sage and her family. That's tough. But her sister came in the finals, taking 2nd place, Paisley Smith.
Weight class 165 pounds in 6th place from Moorcroft, Marcus James.
Do we have anybody? Yeah, we do. There's Kara. So we'll let the announcer take the celebration here for a minute.
Owen Thompson. 3rd place finisher from Wood River, Isaac Gardner. Your runner-up is 2nd place from Kemper, Grayson Kelly. And your state champion at 165 pounds, 2A division, from Thermopolis, Rudy Sorensen.
And your 165-pound results in 6th place from Evanston, Cole Robinette. place from Cody, Alex Sitz. Fourth place from Howe, Mikhail Foley. Third place from Rollins, Sage Long. In second place from Pinedale, Garrett Haley. And your champion, a junior, finishing the season 34-9 from Green River, James Perwalt.
4A medal winners at 165 pounds in sixth place from Cheyenne East, Bobby Matthews. Fifth place from Thunder Basin, Drayden Johnson. Fourth place from Star Valley, Cal Burke. And third place from Rock Springs, Sam Thornhill. Second place from the Natrona County, Bo Russell. And your 4A boys 165-pound state champion, a senior with a record of 49-0, now three-time state champion from Sheridan, Dane Steele.
All right, before Shaylee goes on, they just announced two of our wrestlers, Kara Andrews, state champion, and then also Cal Burke as fourth, correct? Fourth place, so good job there.
And Dane Steele is a three-time state champion.
I heard that. Dane Steele undefeated. All right, here we have Shaylee Kuntz wrestling 170 pounds. Her opponent, Ashton Hubbs of Cody. Star Valley and Cody. Cody does a slide by, gets behind Shaylee. Shaylee turns and faces her. No points yet. First round, only 10 seconds expired. But they got after it right off the bat, didn't they?
They are both being very aggressive here.
And on the 4A man at 190 pounds, from Cheyenne East, the senior, Colby Olson. And from Thunder Basin,
Pushing back and forth, jockeying for position out there.
2023, 190
Out on the edge of the mat.
state champion, Court Kaplan.
In Division 2A on 190 pounds.
Back in the center, no points yet. 0-0, 45 seconds have expired. Shaylee Kuntz has an overtie. Her opponent has an overtie. Both have, well, looks like Shaylee does have inside tie on the arm. And now her opponent goes for a front headlock and tries to shuck Shaylee down to the ground. It should be noted that the Cody opponent that she is wrestling is undefeated. Her record is 24-0, if I'm not mistaken. Excuse me, 23-0 from Cody, Ashton Hubbs. No points yet, as we are down to the final 45 seconds in the first round. Shaylee Kuntz doing a good job staying right in there, and a shot right off the whistle, and it's going to be a close here. She needs to circle around, get that elbow in, or climb the back. Her opponent, undefeated, has been here before, and she's fighting her off real hard. Shaylee's still digging in tight. She's not going to give it up. If she can climb the base or maybe change off to a double, she'll get this takedown. Oh,
potentially dangerous on the knee there.
They stopped it probably safe. She's already sporting a knee brace. No sense tearing it up anymore. We're down to 23 seconds left of the first round, scoreless.
175 and 155.
Shaylee Kuntz, Ashton Hubbs. Kuntz from Star Valley, Hubbs from Cody. Kuntz undefeated on the year. Excuse me, Hubbs undefeated on the year. Shaylee Kuntz, a record of 22-6, and a senior. We end the first period with zeros on the scoreboard. Shaylee's choice. She defers to her Cody opponent. Cody says, I'll take top. Now that's an interesting point, but some people don't want to be underneath Star Valley, so you can't blame her.
0-0, that's an odd choice for a second period.
Yeah, I think when the energy's high. And Shaylee takes advantage of it with a quick switch and gets a 2-point reversal to lead this match 2-0 against her undefeated opponent. Cody comes to her feet. Shaylee returns her, loses the lock. No locked hands. That's awesome. She's got lots of pressure on. She tries for a power half. Cody comes to her feet a second time and goes down a little bit too much to her back as Cody gets a reversal to tie this 2-2 within the first 27 seconds of the second round. Well, that was a lot of points. 4 points in less than 25 seconds. On the out-of-bounds line, as Cody is attempting a far side cradle. Actually, no, she's going for the bar now. Was just trying to do a dump. Shaylee stayed low and flat and was able to keep from getting rolled as they go out of bounds, come back to the center. Shaylee down position. And Hubbs on top. Once again, Hubbs undefeated. from Cody. Shaylee hits another switch, but they're going to call that as the other ref's whistle. No fault of either athlete, but unfortunately that kind of does tell Cody what she's going to do. We restart, and she hits that switch again, comes to her short sit, bases back up. Cody reaching for a cradle. She's got to watch that. Shaylee's aware, and Shaylee knows it. Cody switches off to a hard crossface. Shaylee catches her at the elbow to go for hand control. And if she can scoot a leg up, she may be able to break contact, get an escape. Cody's now working side control, almost a cradle again. Shaylee defends. Shaylee goes flat to avoid that cradle. Now she's got to come base back up, but she needs to be very careful here as her Cody opponent has a crossface on and she's flat. That's the time. Coach Waldron say take that as a limb and pull it over your shoulder and turn and face her. And she does indeed have a baseball grip on her arm. She loses it as Cody goes to a power half, full-on power half. We're about half out of bounds, but they will let the points roll if she goes out of bounds as long as Cody. Oh, and we got a full Nelson, and that's okay. I mean, if you're from Star Valley anyway. Penalty point moves Shaylee in the lead.
You know, and I don't think the intention is to go to a full Nelson, but you just don't get the other hand off quick enough.
Nope, chain wrestling just too quick. You got to pull the other arm completely out. Shaylee does a short sit. Takes Hub's elbow. Working hard for a stand-up. Hub's going for a cradle. I can't tell if she has it locked up, but it looks like really she might do. She does have it locked up. Shaylee's going backwards. We don't want to see that. We got to fight and break that lock. We run out of time, not without a couple of swipes.
Yep.
Woo. So, boy, back and forth we go again. As Cody Hubs now leads 4-3 going into the third round. And it's Red's choice, which is Star Valley. Kuntz says, let's go neutral. All right, both wrestlers on their feet. Third round. Whistle blows. Shaylee does a hard club. Goes back a little bit. Got to be careful there. The refs tend to call a stall if you back out. I think it was more of Cody pushing her out of bounds. We're still on our feet. We're going for power ties. Looks like an underhook attempt by Cody, and it does work as she slips that over and gets a 2-point takedown, now to lead this match by 3. Shaylee needs to come up with either an escape and a takedown to tie it, or a reversal and near fall points to be back in this match for the title. We've got a minute and a half, so it's very possible as we skirt out of bounds, nearly out of bounds. They're still wrestling. Let's go out so we can stop burning time off the clock. Back to the center we go. We've got 1:19 left in the third round. Shaylee trails by 3. She has been ahead twice in this match, so she is in this game.
Quick stand up here. Let's see.
Does a short sit. She's got her arm and she's going to go for the roll. She's got to reach for a half.
It's step over the top.
It's still top control. She steps. She needs to reverse half that if she can. Break that lock. Now wait, that lock, I'm not sure we can lock there. Her opponent's locked hands, or is that Shaylee's hand? No, I believe that's locked. We got 54 seconds on the clock. Shaylee can have a chance here to put her opponent on her back if she can reach for reverse half. And they're saying go around the neck. Coaches are saying reverse half, and it doesn't pan out. Doggone it, that was so close. And we burned a lot of time off the clock there. We're 35 seconds left in this match. Shaylee's got her arm behind her back, and her Cody opponent is going to thread the half, the Zunigan, and we're losing back points now here, folks. We got our 3-point deficit. That will put it 9-3.
That's in deep.
And we got to keep from just getting pinned here now as Cody is really wrenching on that neck and arm. With 11 seconds left, can she keep off her back? Or keep from the fall? And with 5 seconds left, Ashton Hubs takes the fall over Shaylee Kuntz for the title match. But what a great match that was. It really wasn't gapped until the final few seconds. Shaylee, congratulations. Runner-up state title 2024. Good job.
State champion from Cheyenne East, a senior, Colby Olson.
Well, that was a close one there. The boys,
Yeah,
7-6.
All right, is that all the girls finalists that we have?
That is. Shaylee Kuntz will round that out, so we can probably get an accurate team score here shortly.
All right, here are the men in the 155 pounds girls division.
All right, so just got word that that's pretty much that's the end of what we have for the boys and girls brackets. Let's see if we can get some team scores here. I don't think there's going to be much movement after this at this point. We're talking in the boys tournament currently, and then we'll get to the girls here. So we got Thunder Basin currently at 260 points. Then we have next Sheridan with 194.5. Cheyenne East at 183.5, and Rock Springs at 176, Star Valley at 175.5. So Star Valley will end up in 5th place on the boys' side of the bracket. On the girls' side of the bracket, I think Blake's got that pulled up. We're going to go.
Well, it looks like Star Valley is not going to get outpaced on this as they take the team title by at 163 points. Their nearest competitor, of course, Pinedale does have a heavyweight coming up that's phenomenal and probably destined to win. So Pinedale is in the 2nd position, will probably maintain that. They're at 101 right now, but expect that to change slightly. In 3rd place, Sheridan at 100 points. So we're only a 1 point difference between 2nd and 3rd place. And then in 4th position at this time is Kemmer with 96. Rounding out the top 5 is Wind River with 95. Now, folks, that can change. In fact, even Cheyenne East, who's in 6th place at 92, we have about 3 spots that can change, but one that is not going to change, and that is Star Valley. They're going to take this tournament first place.
There's no catching them at this point. So congratulations to the Star Valley Braves on a 2nd state championship. The only 2 in existence at this point for the girls, and they'll be shooting for a 3-peat next year. They should bring back a really tough team as well. Congratulations to the coaches and to everyone that's had a hand in helping these girls become everything that they are, and to obtain this state championship. What an awesome thing for the team, the coaches, and the Valley.
What's that saying? Once you've wrestled, everything else in life is easy. And that's not to say you don't have the challenges, but if you can survive getting the air crushed out of you, and you're a young lady, bloody noses, bruised ribs, ankles with bands on them 90% of the year, or braces, and get the living life squeezed out of you, and still think clearly enough to pull your head out, sometimes even get a reversal, everything else in life seems to be easy, at least handled a little lighter, a little easier.
Absolutely. I think wrestling as a whole, not only for the boys and the girls, it just makes you a better person. It teaches you to deal with adversity and some of the life trials that get thrown at you. Just a great sport, once again, on an individual and on a team level. Congratulations once again to our Star Valley Lady Braves.
Absolutely. Guys as well. I can't wait for the track season. You take these athletes fresh off of wrestling in the condition they're in. If they can maintain that and go into the beginning of the track season, we see some great benefits of wrestling for track. So we look forward to seeing many more of these athletes out in a different kind of way. But for that, Blake Angel here, and I'm over and out.
Yeah, I'm going to sign off here too. J.R. Burgess with you. Just want to give one last shout out to our sponsors for Northern Title, for their sponsorship and support of the boys wrestling, and Putz Mini Golf with Ivy's out there in the drive-in, Jack's Drive-In with the support that they provide for our girls team, SVI Media providing all of the equipment and the ability to broadcast this to the community of Star Valley. We appreciate y'all.
Let's let Shaylee's announcement come across here. Before we sign out, folks, we've got a runner-up champion coming in the podium, and we'll let that roll a little longer so that you can hear those finalists and recognize Shaylee Kuntz one more time for her phenomenal finish.
And one of the longest-standing traditions of the community, boy, bring those fire trucks out.
Yeah,
what a fun thing.
And when that word gets out, we'll post, I think someone will, whether it's SBI or the wrestling.
Sometime tomorrow, I would assume. Because even if they leave here shortly, they're not going to be back until well after midnight.
Nope. So. In fact, they're going to eat still, so folks, don't expect them to roll into town anytime within reasonable hours tonight, but I believe JR's right. We'll probably have that parade tomorrow sometime. Hopefully it doesn't overlap with too many of our church services, but if you can come out and support, just stand on the sidelines. It's not breaking the Sabbath. We can all come and celebrate with everybody.
And how awesome it is to have the streets lined with the Star Valley community. Both boys and girls wrestling fans, come out, support your teams.
Yes.
And it's just an awesome thing to see that as a community that still exists.
Absolutely. So, again, look for those details. It'll probably be on the Facebook page for the wrestlers. I hope, and then you can get the word out to those that don't have Facebook or the other notifications so that we can get as many folks as we can, line those streets, celebrate with the wrestling team, and give them one more big congratulations for a successful season. And we'll let this mic roll. I'm not sure the announcers, I guess we're waiting for a couple matches, and then they will announce the winners, and we'll recognize Shaylee Kuntz one more time at 170.
Sorry guys, we blocking you? You're good.
Because this is a new way.
So we, oh no, you just seen this comeback I had on Caden? Halftime I was down by like 28 and I came back and won. No, Caden beat me with the 2000 and I was a 2000. No, so I was winning by 7 points with 10 seconds. Then he goes to half court, totally wins me a 4-point play. Okay? And then 2 seconds left, 3 guys on Steve Nash, and he's running to 3. And he goes back and it's cool. I didn't lose a single game yet. Down, back up! I was still winning.
You should go to like Jersey,
Is that lower?
Okay, then.
Yes. Like well,
Stanford's 15,000.
it does.
That's a real one.
Thanks, Shaylee. She had that. Back and forth.
There it is on the blue mat. Petra Oakton, 2-time state champ. From Sheridan, Petra.
I would not want to let
Follow. Right behind your computer. It's right here, right behind the computer.
This one here. I'll just unplug it.
Yeah,
You ready?
please.
Okay. Go ahead.
Thank you.
You bet.
They did?
Maybe. Turn it up. I'll run through the placers real quick one more time.
No, you're good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you're still with us, they're going to be recognizing Shaylee Kuntz shortly here, but they're finishing one match. We thought we'd run through and let you know all of the placers here. Starting 105 pounds, Carly Angel, 5th place. Kenna Merritt, 6th place. At 115 pounds, we have Paisley Smith, 2nd place. And at 120, Keston Johnson takes home the 4th place Place Hardware. Moving to 130, Lindsay Lawson also takes 4th place in the state consolation championship match. At 135, Remy Allman advanced to the finals, takes runner-up, 2nd place. In 145 pounds, Kara Andrews, our state champion for the girls. Great job, Kara Andrews, as she secures a state title. At 155 pounds, we have Brooke Schwab taking 5th place. At 170 pounds, we have Shaylee Kuntz taking home 2nd place. And so there's your, on the ladies' side, congratulations, Carly, Kenna, Paisley, Keston, Lindsay, Remy, Kara, Brooke, and Shaylee. That's quite a finish for the Lady Braves. And then, do you want to do the boys? We've got the...
All right, and with the boys here, we ended up with Kimball Perry winning his first state championship as a freshman. At the 106, we had Malachi Patterson coming in at 3rd place. At the 126 weight class, we got Tell Perry winning his 2nd state championship as a sophomore at the 132 class.
130, right? 132, sorry.
And then we've got Porter Merritt that came in 4th place at his 150. Cooper Burke at 157. Ended up taking 1st place as well. So the clean sweep of the boys in the finals there. We had Calberg at 4th place in the 165 bracket, and Grant Thompson at 190 in 5th place. We got a lot of boys here. We brought 25 boys. Good weekend overall. You know, it doesn't do justice just to place the top 6. I know you can't place everybody, but we're going to go over to the medal bracket now.
5th place, Lander Valley's Tegan Pickard. In 4th place, Sharon Bridget Price. Finishing 3rd from Hot Springs, Valley Witt. The runner-up was Star Valley's Shaylee Coons. And for the perfect 2020 season, state champ Ashton Hubbs.
All right, folks, so there you hear it. Wonderful weekend out here in Casper. Girls walk away with a state championship, making it 2 in a row. Boys wrestling a good wrestling tournament this week. And we're going to go ahead and sign off. Thank you, Brave Nation, for all that you do. Thanks for our sponsors, and thanks to SVI Media. Have a good one.
Finisher from Kimmerer, Tanner.